A very good afternoon. Welcome to round 2 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. We are live from Wonthaggi Rec Reserve this afternoon. Overcast skies, no rain to speak of at the moment. Sun just trying to poke its head through in this big, all-important clash in South Gippsland. Wonthaggi, of course, 9 different players from last year's grand final side. And the unexpected loss last week to Warragul. They'll look to bounce back on their home turf. They're out in a tight huddle at centre-half forward down the city end of the ground at the Rec Reserve. While for Leongatha, they had a slow start to season 24. They unfurled their flag, then they kicked 10 points before getting their first goal. Eventually, momentum and class prevailed in the end, and they got the job done to get their first 4 points. But it doesn't matter what the form says about last week. These two sides are arch rivals, and it's going to be an absolute belter of a game down here this afternoon. It's great to have your company in Gippsland live. For Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland, my name's Daryl Cooling. Joining me in my co-caller this afternoon, his name is Nick Boxalacino. We've elevated him from, of course, special comment status. Boxer, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Scud team and listeners in Gippsland. Great to be here, Scud, for the grand final replay. Like you said, it's going to be the crosstown rivalry that's going to be the one that, for me, and there might be a little bit of spite, like we spoke about pre-game as well, and a lot of both these clubs have got a lot to play for this afternoon. Some big names out of the Wonthaggi side, but I still think they're going to be really hard at it today at their home ground.
Special comments this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. He's making his Gippsland Live debut. He's been very good in the pre-game. We're after some big things. His name's Daniel Hutchison, the Beast. How are you, Beast?
Yeah, good, thanks, Daryl. As I said earlier, really looking forward to this game. Both sides probably a little bit disappointed in their efforts last week, and both looking to bounce back in a big way. And I'm expecting plenty of feeling in this, which is going to be great to see.
Paul Carter, number one stats man in the business. All thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Daryl, gentlemen. Yeah, looking forward to a really good game. We can call them the Southern Cousins, I suppose.
Oh, don't call them that, unless they don't like each other.
That's probably what it is,
yes.
Isn't it? It's the McCoys and the
yeah, that's
Hatfields.
right.
No, I'm expecting a really great game. Plenty of emotion in it. I'm expecting Leongatha to emerge winners, but I think the power will give them a good run.
Well, we're going to get things underway, and it's going to be regular combatants in the ruck with Tomahutha and Big Benny Willis. The umpire for round 2 will get us underway, and the first tap will go Willis's way. Noah Gown in the middle of the ground had his arm pinned, tried to get a kick away, couldn't do so. Wonthaggi looked for the free kick. They continue to play it. The other side of the ground there comes hard was Hayes, and we're going to stoppage in the middle of the ground. The opening 17 seconds. We're going to do this one again. Willis will hold and prop and tap it now and again. Head over the football on that occasion was what looked to be McGannon. Couldn't quite come through the other way. Tried to pick that off there was Vanderpleit. He got one over the shoulder, and the free kick will go Leongatha's way.
Yeah, Vanderpleit started in the middle. Gets a quick handball out to Hume. He drives the ball inside. It was a really ugly kick there by Hume. It was picked off there by Thomas for Wonthaggi. Gets the ball out to Chug. Chug wheels around on his left foot. Nice little cheek kick into Hayes. He couldn't mark. Ball's outside. Still keeps the pressure on Hayes. Still tries to force the error there from Leongatha. The ball gets a little bit ugly near the boundary line. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
I think we could see already, guys, that swirling wind out there has played a little bit of havoc with a few of the disposal just in that piece of play there. So it'll be interesting to see how that continues to play out.
So boundary throw in, far side of the ground. Great to have your company across Gippsland. This time Hutha does tap it down. Head over the football. Hayes does well. Goes backwards to Lindsay. Left foot kick around the boundary line. Tries to bring it back in the field of play. McNeil couldn't mark. And then puts on a strong tackle on his opponent out there and goes again. And it's physical early. Hasn't really gained a great deal of meterage. We haven't gone inside forward 50 to start this game. And the umpire will ball it up out of side at Wonthaggi.
Scoreboard side at Wonthaggi. Willis gets the tap down. No one in particular then. So the umpire might have found a free kick here. He has. And it goes to the bull, Marriott. Marriott, he just sort of surveys everything how it's going to. Gets a lead there from Ganane. Ignores that lead as well. Drives the ball in long, inside 50. Not quite inside 50. Read there by Bray. He couldn't mark. The ball comes to ground. Tackle there is on beautifully there by Gilmore. And it was Garnham who had the ball as well. We've seen Garnham be electrifying 2 down forward for Leongatha last year. Looking forward to big things this afternoon there from Garnham.
So top of the 50. Hutha tapped it down. Looking to go his forward way. Snap around the body, though, from Leongatha's Vanderpleit. Goes to the point of the square. Front spot there was Bates. He dropped the mark, and then he was under a little bit of pressure, and the umpire just said, my ball. Top of the square it is. Dangerous spot. We think this is the Leongatha kicking direct towards the scoring end. A little kick off the ground out of the ruck. It was touched. And we're going to get first score on the board.
The Virtue Homes scoreboard at the 2.5 minute mark of the first quarter. 1 behind, 1 point to Leongatha.
Fergus O'Connor to bring it back into field of play. Beast.
The wind is pushing quite strong towards that Inverloch end, guys, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how Wonthaggi can get it out of this breeze.
Wonthaggi get out there through Bates, who marks just on the 50, still in his defensive area. Hilberg on the mark, kicks down the line, looking for McNeil. He couldn't mark, the ball comes to ground. His teammate there in Lindsay gets the handball out.
Oh, Tiziani.
And Tiziani's kick goes off the side of the boot. It's out on the full, just in front of the Leongatha's coach's box here. Taken by Marriott. Marriott goes inboard, finds the first gamer. We believe he is the first gamer, Jay Walker, for Leongatha. We will find out eventually from there. He drives the ball inside 50. He was looking for Noah Gowan, but was picked off there by Thomas. Thomas is kicking to Lindsay. The Evergreen Lindsay. We'll call him the Evergreen Lindsay because he just seems to bob up all the time, and he wins ball all over the ground. He goes back inside, and he finds Thomas. Thomas wheels around. They're going to switch it to the other side of the ground. The kick wasn't great. And it was picked off there by Talon Brill inside 50. It's a beautiful kick too. And like we said, the Beast is going. Please.
Yeah, he is pushing quite strong towards that Inverloch end, and you know, this if he has got the leg here, it should sail through quite comfortably. But I did notice there the way that Leongatha are pressing, they're pretty much a full ground press, transition the footy well, and the pressure they put on Wonthaggi caused that turnover.
And Brill, he just looked for a lead there from Ganane. He couldn't take the mark, dive to the ground, so the ball's run out there by Chug. His kick's not great again too, so the skill level from both sides not great. The ball comes into ground, and I think the umpire's going to come in, and he will. And he'll ball it up. Just the skill level from both sides. From exiting their defensive 50 to entering their 50 hasn't been great so far.
Just feeling the pressure a little bit both sides at the moment. Tap goes inside 50. Brill was at the front spot. Trying to kick it off the ground on that occasion. Looked to be Argento. Didn't get too far. The umpire again at about 45 metres out from Leongatha's goal will have no other option but to ball it up. We've travelled 4.5 minutes into the first quarter. It's all thanks to Virtue Holmes. And it is round two. He comes out the back. Kick around the body on that occasion was from Vanderpyde. Oh, a great little courageous mark going back, and that's Brill again. And this time he's closer in. He'll have a shot at this one, Beast.
Yeah, absolutely, Daryl. He definitely might be passing this one off, and if he does, he's not a forward.
So Talon Brill, similar angle than what he had a couple of moments ago. This time, though, a lot closer in. Man on the mark stands about 25 out. He'll kick from 30. To look to get the first goal. They want this one because they struggled early on in the game last week. Talon Brill likes it. A double clap, and he puts it through the middle.
You just see around that stoppage, around the forward 50 there for Leongatha. They set up so well around that stoppage. A quick tap out from Benny Willis. I didn't see who it was to. I think it might have been Vanderpyde, you called, Daryl. But just round the body, pumped it in deep, playing in front as a forward, and get the reward.
On the Virtue Holmes scoreboard, the first goal has come at the 5.5 minute mark of the first quarter. 1-1-7 Leongatha, leading by that 7-point margin.
Right, if you hear a little bit of screeching noise, we might be moving these tables back as the rain might just be coming not too far away. Willis taps it down again in the middle. Marriott tried to work hard. Lindsay was in there as well. Jack Blair couldn't get a boot to the ball. Fighting for it at ground level. Stand up. Marriott looks as strong as ever, if not fitter than last year. I don't know if that's possible. He is a bull. They'll do it again. Over the top this time. Comes in from the other side. It was Ryan Cornell going to take a few little ruck duties. Gets slung around the tackle. There was Dawson. And then Blair had his kick smothered. Another kick forward from the Power. This time it goes from Adu. Inside forward 50. Can't complete the mark. McGuinness. Strong tackle on that occasion from Anderson. Put his Leongatha opponent under pressure. Caused the stoppage. Inside forward 50 for the first time for the Power.
There's great work there by Westerway too against McGinn's one-on-one. The ball's just inside 50. Willis brings it down. It was a free kick against 2-2. He come over the top, got him high, and the umpires picked off the free kick to the big Benny Willis. Kicks inside, looking for. The umpires paid an early free kick because he played play on, and he has. Picked off there by Bates. He gets the ball inside 50. His kick's not great either, and it's been picked off there by again Ben Willis, who's been covering ground inside his defensive 50. Goes across the ground. The kick was dangerous, but he did find Westerway. Westerway's kick outside to young Jack Hume, it looks like. It might be. Goes down the line with a great long kick and a great mark. Just on the wing here. Couldn't pick up who the Leongatha play was. It was a danger kick into Barry. It was on 4-1. The umpires found a free kick. So it was not officiating umpire who's paid the free kick to Tom Marriott. He was pretty lucky with that one too. It was 4 against 1.
Handball's off to Forrester from the run from half back. Left foot kicks, a beautiful kick. And there is none better. Hits the chest of Jensen Garnham. I'll tell you what, Sam Forrester, that was absolute beautiful kick.
Beautiful piece of play there by Leongatha. And there's two experienced country footballers right there in Tommy Marriott. Knows who he's got running off to his left-hand side and just an absolute perfect kick to the forward.
Jensen Garnham on the grandstand side of the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. A right footer comes in, starts to the right, comes back too far. And it's going to go for a minor score. Virtue Home scoreboard in this opening first quarter of round 2 Gippsland League.
Leongatha 1-2-8 for Wonthaggi yet to score. 8-minute mark first quarter.
So it's kicked in then to look in there and find Jack Blair. That's in the corner here in his defensive 50. Wanted to put the handball out quickly, but he decides not to, and he switches the ball across. And Mark's just marked inside there by Gilmore. Gilmore gets his kick outside, looking for and didn't find young Ethan Dixon, and it goes out of bounds just outside the 50 here. Still Leongatha forward line entry pending. But it's an out of bounds. Kick's not great there from Wonthaggi, trying to switch the play. So our ruckman come back in. It was Hilberg. He gets the tap. At the back here was Jack Blair. He's immediately tackled then again by Hilberg. And we find ourselves with another ball up and another stoppage. We've been playing 9 minutes here in the first quarter, and it's a 7-point lead to Leongatha because the scoreboard's not working at the moment here.
So the new fella Ryan Cornell busts his way through, handles over the top. There's Forrester though for Leongatha, around the body, top of the 50 it goes. Hilberg couldn't complete the mark. Chuggles at ground level for the power. Handballs and we'll get the 1-2 back. And now the further handball towards Hoother. Had to stretch. Right foot kick. It's a barrel upside down drop punt to the top of the 50 it goes. And they're going to work hard this time through Nash closely to the boundary line. And he'll happily see it go over for a boundary throw in. And Wonthaggi make the changes.
Nice bit of transition there from Wonthaggi coming off half back. Yeah, disappointing with the kick in the end, but look, stoppage is as good as anything.
8-point margin here in favour of Leongatha. Front spot is Cornell. Out the back will be Fixter. Has to now put on the tackle. And a strong tackle it was on Jack Blair. So again, doing the ruck duties will be Cornell along with Fixter. Wonthaggi win it. They drive it inside forward 50. McGuinness had 2 to beat. Couldn't quite do so, but he brought the ball to ground. And now they fight for it. Again, they've got a stoppage around 45 metres out, and this is where they need to capitalise, Beast.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Coop McGuinness. He's obviously playing deep. He's quite a big boy. I do remember him from Tarwin. He's a renowned goal kicker. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get on the few today.
Head over the footy there. And that was a throw on Hayes, did they call it? Yep, it's going to go Leongatha's way. And that will be Nash, I think it is. On the half-back, gives it to Forrester.
Forrester with that beautiful left foot comes down the line here on the wing, looking for, and he found the umpire didn't pay the free kick to Hilberg. Hilberg was looking for it as well.
Yeah, I thought he got enough of that one, Box.
And he sure did. So it's going to be a ball up just in front of the Wonthaggi coaches box here, the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. It's Cornell and Fixter. Fixter gets it down looking for Marriott. He couldn't pick it up. Lindsay does. Gets a quick handball out to no one in particular. Picked off there by Brill. Brill goes inboard looking for Jay Walker. The kick was beautiful. The kick was just a bit too hard for Walker to mark because it bounced off his chest. Picked up there by young Tiziani. Gets the handball into Lindsay. Lindsay gets another handball out to Jack Blair. He just reaches the ball, kicks the ball inside 50, looking for and finding. He couldn't get there too because this Leongatha defence has been unbelievable tackle so far in this first quarter here. The Parrots have really come to play, especially defensively as well.
You just tell the pressure Leongatha are putting on Wonthaggi, Box. Wonthaggi just not getting any clean entry at all.
Willis taps it down. Shark this one by Jack Blair. Hard up on the boundary line. Brings it back inboard at the toes of his forward. Couldn't complete it though. Other direction. Nicely done. This time it was through Leongatha. Get out to Ganane. And a big Jack Ganane sees it over in front of his opponent in Fergus O'Connor. 8-point margin into the opening quarter. It is all thanks to Virtue Homes. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. And we've got a boundary throw in. Right in front of us here in Wonthaggi. We're on the balcony of the change rooms. In a perfect spot. It clears both the ruckman out the back. Cornell had to fight for it. Hit over the football there. And as our big man Marriott put on a strong tackle, who's being closely followed by his Wonthaggi player at the moment. Turton tried to crash his way through. Do you think it's a hard run with that we've got with Bates, the 2 number zeros? Bates and Marriott.
Well, actually, at the start of the game, it actually like Duve lined up on Marriott at the first centre bounce. So that clearly has changed very, very early on in this game. So potentially, Daryl, I think there might be a few that will go to him.
Well, there is Duve. He drives it inside forward 50 for the Power. Gets out the back. The whistle's gone. McNeil tried to run onto it. Wonthaggi will get the free kick. It's going to go in the way of Anderson. And in the back, they've called it against Little John. And the free kick's going Wonthaggi's way into the breeze, as we said. Do you think it's do you think it's a goal, Breeze, 1 or 2, or is it more across the face?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. I feel like it's a little bit swirly. I think it favoured that Inverloch end, as we said earlier, but I don't know how strongly it is going that end now. So
I reckon he's going to have to aim right of the right-hand goal post, actually.
All right, let's have a look at this one. As Noah Anderson comes in, we'll kick it probably about 45 metres, make it 43 in the end. Starts at left, goes left, stays left, doesn't even make the distance in the end. It's still in the field of play. There's Alga, ran down, and the umpire says, holding the ball, Andrew McNeil. That's a good way to start in a Wonthaggi Power jersey. A chase down tackle from behind and a shot on goal.
that last kick on goal there, Daryl, it definitely favoured that pocket. It pushed hard that way. I mean, it wasn't a lot of drive behind that kick, but...
So this will be tough. Breeze, we think, is in his face. However, he's only 30 metres out from goal. McNeil, right footer, comes in, likes it off the boot, and you'd think that every Wonthaggi player is going to get to him, and they do. Even the full-back in Shannon Bray is going to run 150 metres and get to him. No, he's not. He's going to drop short. He's going to say, well done. That's a good goal anyway.
Smart move, that.
You'd probably send him a postcard.
And that is the first score for Wonthaggi. It's a goal at the 14-minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard has Wonthaggi on that one goal straight 6. 2 points in arrears of Leongatha, 1-2-8.
It's a great tackle there by McNeil as well. He wrapped those arms up, didn't give anyone a chance to get that ball out. So it was a great finish off there too. Hoother and Willis back in the centre of the ground. Picked off there by Willis. He couldn't get the handball out. Lucky not to be given away a free kick for holding the ball. Ball comes trickling outside too for Forrester. He gets picked off as well too. The tackling's been ferocious too this early game as well, as we expected too. The ball's still picking in and out of there. Alga onto that left foot. Kicked to really nobody, just out of danger. And it goes out of bounds. On the far side here. Coach's box side here at Wonthaggi Reserve. And we've got a 2-point game playing 15 minutes here in the first quarter, and it's in favour of Leongatha.
As you mentioned too, Box, it is hot. There's a lot of pressure on the ball. As soon as you're getting hold of that footy, you're getting wrapped up just as quick. So it's going to be a real battle out here today.
So we've got Willis and Hoother again. They've been going at it for years, these two. They're still going at it again. Willis this time wins his own tap out, gets the ball inside 50, but his kick's not great. And it was picked off there by
Jarvis Brown. Have a look at the hair on Jarvis.
The big mullet.
It's almost Joe Dirt like
Yes,
that.
it is.
Off to Tiziani, gets the ball inside 50, and the mark's been picked off there by Ian of Wonthaggi. He looks out wide, looking for Cornell. He couldn't mark. Ball hits the ground. Tiziani was there again. Hume, find him playing down back this time. Alga, his left foot was off, but he was luckily picked off there by his teammate Forrester, whose handball was, again, fantastic tackling by the Wonthaggi side, but Hume's followed up. He's kicked inside to Garnham.
Open forward line.
He's kicked it to half forward. Garnham's running in deep. Hilberg's there as well. Garnham's the one he looks for as well. And it's not Garnham. It was Ganane. My apologies. It was picked off there by the mullet man, and his kick wasn't great. Again inside his defensive 50, and it's out of bounds in the back pocket here for Leongatha in their forward line.
I think definitely at that Inverloch end, guys, I think it's going to be critical to get the ball in quick. There's a slight breeze again pushing that direction. So he did try to hit him up, but it just didn't come off that time.
Well, dangerous spot for this Wonthaggi defence. Can they hold up? They try and get it out the back to the Parrots. Bates was there to handball forward. Now Schultz will swoop on it. A quick tackle by McGannon. And we'll have another stoppage. 45 metres out now from Leongatha's goal. The Power try to organise one-on-ones. They got a loose man back. Umpire will throw it up. Gown just got thrown out the way by Hoother and then went and got the footy. The kick was smothered by Marriott. Brill had his head over it. Lindsay was there. Shuffled a handball backwards to Forrester, who went to ground. Anderson, they kept his feet. They shuffle it forward. The Liberatore lookalike in McNeil goes to ground, and we'll have a ball up. He's got the mo. He's got the curly hair. Just hasn't got the weird and wonderful tattoos. Nicely rove there off the pack from Bates. No prior opportunity. Leongatha supporters need to just pipe down a fraction.
But unlucky there not to get the free kick then too. He took the game on. Hutha, Willis down. Goes over the top of the head of Marriott, but he's still good enough to pick it off.
Hasn't got it.
Umpires found a free kick. Holding the man. Gets the ball inside to Hume. It's a nice little set play here by Leongatha. His kick inside to Garnham was great.
The fat side kick was good, Box.
It was fantastic. He gave him enough space there to move into, and Bray had no chance of cutting that off. So it's Garnham again. We saw him late in the year last year, how good he was down forward. I think he kicked a bag of 11 last year as well in one of the games too. So we know he can kick the goal. He's going to kick right on 50, but he's got the breeze in his back as well. Kicks inside, he goes, lays back on the kick. It was a good kick, but it was left. Another point there to Leongatha.
3-point lead to Leongatha, 18-minute mark of the first quarter. The Parrots 1-3-9, leading Wonthaggi 1 goal straight 6.
It's on your Virtue Homes scoreboard. Keep your eyes peeled for Virtue Homes' new display home opening later this year. It's called the Marshall. As they bring it into the power. They're in their defensive 50. The kick outlet was smothered. Picked off there by Argento. Inboard kick. Missed Glenane. Had to go down at ground level to pick it up. Shrugs Blair's tackle. Tried to shuffle it forward. There was Gown. Hilberg helped out. Wonthaggi close in now with some numbers. Outlet kicks are important outside 50. Must be hitting those. Of course, great to have your company on TRFM right across Gippsland and the Valley. We are down in South Gippsland, starting to get a little bit fresh, mind you. Gown just grabs it out of the ruck, kicks it goalward, and out of something, out of nothing, if you don't mind, Noah Gown puts it through the middle, and it is a Zambrero goal that a contender to Noah Gown.
He almost just put the foot out of that one, Darryl. Shoved the ball out, chucked the foot on it, and it just, the breeze probably done a little bit there. He was probably helped by the bounce as well, but yeah, another great goal there, and very, very scrappy in and under.
And it's a 9-point lead. 9-point lead to Leongatha on the Virtue Homes scoreboard. 19-minute mark of the first quarter. Leongatha 2-3-15, leading Wonthaggi 1 goal straight 6.
It's back, Boxer.
And he's back.
The Zambrero goal today, jingle that we have, as Bell's back to the middle. Willis taps it down, head over it. There was Turton, didn't have the footy. He's won himself the free kick. And Aaron Turton right in the middle of this Wonthaggi ground. They lead it by 9 points. Looks up. Garnham's on a lead again. Strong lead. And with courage going back, nicely done there was Gilmore. Ground level there. It's Brown. Jarvis's exit kick this time's better. Can find Tiziani. Defensive 50 for the Power. Chip over the top. He's got Bates on. Spoiled there though was from McGannon. Over the shoulder. Free kick will go to Bates. We think's got a bit of a run with roll with Marriott. But he is finding a bit of the footy himself. Josh Bates, half-back flank, outer side, Wonthaggi Rec Reserve, kicks towards the wing. Hutha's in the front spot, big spoil over the back, goes 15 metres Leongatha's way. Turton runs onto it, gives it inboard, Brill's there, and now he's got run down, that's McGannon in the end, lost the footy. Thomas was there for the Power, swooped on it. Hayes has to give it to Lindsay, out to the run of Tiziani, it sits for him nicely, left foot kick to half forward, 1-on-1, Nash in the back spot. Ground level, Nash, good work, gives it to Elgar, and Elgar's left foot kick lands at the toes of Brill. And now O'Connor tries to go the body. They missed him though. Brill gives a handball over the top to a teammate there in Argento. Lost the footy, and the Power away through Jack Blair at half-back.
Jack Blair just picks it off, kicks the ball inside to Schultz. Schultz kicks down the line. No one to really in particular. It might even find the safety of the boundary line. It hasn't. The umpire's found a free kick
in the back.
It was 2 against 1, so probably something that Leongatha didn't have to really do. And it's Kyle Yan right on the interchange line. He goes backwards with a really shocking kick. He was looking for Schultz. He's tackled by...
Yep.
Yeah, it was there too. It was definitely there.
Probably lucky that free kick come then, because Leongatha were running hard forward too.
Schultz go back out wide there too to Brown. Brown's left foot outside. These kicking skills there now. Picked up there. McGannon kicks him board to Aaron Hilberg, and again, it's those errors from Wonthaggi's defensive outtake from their 50 is what's letting them down at the moment too. They're trying things, I get that, but when you do it dangerously in front of goals,
into the wind as well,
you're going to get picked off. Hilberg comes in and kicks the ball over the umpire's head for their 3rd goal of the afternoon here, and just from those silly errors there from Wonthaggi, they find themselves now getting away from him now.
I'm sure you'll tell me, Paul, but I reckon nearly all the goals from Leongatha have come from just about a turnover. So
One was from the stoppage with Noah Gowns. That was from a stoppage, but the others, you're right, were from turnovers. It's a 15-point lead to Leongatha at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard has the Parrots at 3-3-21, leading Wonthaggi 1 goal straight 6.
I tell you what, the rookie mistake of our special comments man, all thanks to Carpet Country, wearing the shorts and T-shirt on a day in South Gippsland, is just starting to turn.
Can't feel the cold.
The cold doesn't bother him anyway.
Willis kick in the middle of the ground was smothered. Marriott was in there. Hamill out the back now to that one. Elgar. Have to get used to saying Elgar in a Parrots Guernsey. And the free kick's going to come back to Turton. He's got numbers everywhere in the middle of the ground. Vanderpleit was one of those. It was at his toes. He was strong over the contest, Vanderpleit. Gives it back now. This time to Walker. His chip kick over the top. Nicely done. To Argento, the run and draw handball to Elgar, who gives another one. Ooh. Fixter that does the team thing. Inboard to Marriott, finds him. Great work, youngsters. Argento, Elgar and Fixter.
Yeah, really well worked. Sorry, Paul. Really well worked from Leongatha there. A lot of team effort there and strong overhead from Marriott. That was really strong.
That's 6 marks inside 50 to Leongatha this quarter, none to Wonthaggi.
Leongatha kicking with a breeze. Lead by 15 points in the opening quarter. 23 and a half minutes gone. And for Virtue Homes, Marriott directly in front, 40 metres out. He's a lovely field kick. Goal kicking is just as good. Umpire does not move. And in the last couple of minutes of play, from the 20-minute mark now to the 23, they've got 3 goals.
And taking Leongatha on the Virtue Home scoreboard to 4-3-27, leading now by 21 points over Wonthaggi, who are 1 goal straight 6.
If you Wonthaggi, 5 minutes ago you would have been saying, if I've held Leongatha to 2 goals with a breeze, you would have been thinking they've done a pretty good job, considering the fact they haven't taken a mark inside 50 and the mistakes they've made down in their defensive 50 as well. So, but now Leongatha, the class of Leongatha, is starting to shine. It's Cornell and Willis. Again, Willis gets a tap down, picked off there by Vanderbilt. He couldn't control the ball. Jack Blair's in there for Wonthaggi. I'm pretty sure the umpire's going to come in, and he does. He's going to ball it up directly in the middle of the ground again.
Last couple of minutes are these big moments, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club, of course. Their 6th tap. It's got Better Beer on at the moment. Better Beer, you love one of those?
I would love a Better Beer scud right now. Ball comes back outside, picked off there by Schultz. The running play there from Tiziani on the right foot. Goes inside 50 for Wonthaggi. Could be a free kick here. The umpire hasn't picked it up. They're going to get a ball up just inside 50 here. Wonthaggi into the ground. They really need a goal here. Just before quarter time, the ball goes up. Hutha, Willis this time gets a tap down. Picked off there by Hayes. His little left foot kick wasn't great and wasn't really effective as well. Vanderpleit, he was nearly smothered down as well. And that was young McGannon. Gets the ball outside of his defensive area. Picked off by Schultz. O'Connor, I should say. His kick to Tiziani was a good one. And he marks just in front of his coach's box here. He goes in ball looking for Hayes. His kick wasn't great either. This little chip kick for both sides hasn't been great, but Wonthaggi again was picked off by Marriott. Here comes the overlap run. Vanderbilt. He looks out wide and even wider to Jay Walker. Finds himself on his own. He'll slow it up a little bit because Hume, he's got support from Hume. Kicks it outside to the wing. His kick wasn't great, goes over his head. So it's going to give Wonthaggi a chance here. Hume was good enough to get the pressure on them too, but Williams gets the ball inside, and McGinns takes his first mark, runs inside looking for his first goal of the afternoon. His kick was great, but not straight. And it's a behind for Wonthaggi.
20-point margin in Leongatha's favour. 26-minute mark first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard 4-3-27 to 117.
Forrester's clearing kick outside defensive 50 finds the target of Ganane. That's been the difference. Exiting defensive kicks. Inboard kick from Ganane's beautiful. To Vanderpleit, gives the run off to Elgar. Over the top to the Ganane. Open forward line. Ganane's wobbly kick inside forward 50. Bray has to put one hand up. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. He's under pressure. And the umpire will say my ball.
I know it's early in the season, boys, but geez, the skill level's really off.
Certainly is. And it's just costing Wonthaggi a little bit more at the moment than Leongatha. Head over the football. There was Duve, although swooping on a Ganane kick around the body from 49 metres. And with the breeze, loves it. Loves the celebration as well. And he might just love a burrito. That is a Zambrero goal at a contender from Jack Ganane.
Yeah, really, that goal was really out of nothing there. Just Ganane got himself into a good spot, snap around the body, win done the rest for him.
And it's a 26-point lead now to Leongatha at the 27-minute mark of the first quarter. 5-3-33 on the Virtue Home scoreboard. Wonthaggi 1-1-7.
Well, danger signs, all right. Big moments, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club and thanks to the mysterious sixth tap, the Moore Bowling Club. Head in and see what it is. I can let you know a little secret. It is the better beer that's on the sixth tap at the moment.
Fixter and Cornell. We give that one to Fixter. The ball comes to the ground. No one really won it yet in the middle of the ground. Picked off there by Lindsay's, and he's won himself a free kick in the back. It was against Noah Gown. So, and
50.
a 50. It's probably pretty lucky to get that 50, Scud, too, because Noah was asking the question, and the ball might have been between his feet. He might have just given it a bit of a love tap, but I don't know if there was a lot of intent in that 50 as well. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that one there as well. But he finds himself directly in front. He'll kick from 30 out.
It's his ninth disposal for the quarter as well.
He's been good for Wonthaggi so far this afternoon. If they haven't needed a goal, this is the one. And it's going to come from their stalwart, Lindsay. He comes inside, the ball's pushed right, far right, and it's a behind for Wonthaggi.
1-2-8. Wonthaggi trailing Leongatha 5-3-33. Margin now 25 points.
28.5 minutes gone into the first quarter. All thanks to Virtue Homes as Cooper Alga coming across from Warrigal in the off-season. Goes out wide to Forrester. Short kick to the pocket. Wonthaggi will give him that one. This is the important one. They need the turnover. Forrester, though, can find a teammate. No, he kicked it. No, he did. Umpire said, looked and had a bit of a look for out of bounds on the full.
It looked guilty, didn't it?
It did. Noah Gown had a bit of a back arch and then a twist and a turn, took the mark and looked at the boundary. And she said, oh, okay. As Gown kicks it down to the wing, it'll be turned over, although two Wonthaggi players spoiled each other. Walker gave a slick handball back to Turton. Turton's forward handball missed Vanderplot. Wonthaggi converge. There's five of them, and one of them gives away an errant free kick. And then they release it, and they get it out wide to Lindsay, who attacks it with pace and gets around one. No, lost the footy. And now Wonthaggi, they've seemed to have good numbers around the footy. Can they capitalise? Lindsay took on the tackler of Gown and then coughed it up. The quick 1-2. Lindsay gives a handball, a nice one away to Ty Hall. Right foot kick. Hilberg's got the set. And by the crowd, takes a hanger. And in the goal square is Jensen Garnham, who slams it home. Good football. And it started from Noah Gown's big tackle in the middle of the ground, Beast.
Yeah, once again, Leongatha just getting that ball in good areas around half forward and just getting inside 50 and giving their forwards every chance. I'd say Hilberg's eyes lit up then. He had the defenders beat. They had no idea what was going on around him.
And the 6 goals from Leongatha come from 6 different players, and I think that shows how hard they are to contend with. It is now a 31-point lead at the 30-minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard, Leongatha 6-3-39, leading Wonthaggi 1-2-8.
That was like the Hilberg of old. Remember before he got injured, he had feet problem there as well. We used to remember him as a big high-flying forward. He used to run the lines as well, so he had it all, and it was just great to see him get up as well. Cornell and Fixter. And there's a siren to finish the first quarter here at Wonthaggi Reserve. And it's Leongatha 6-3-39. They are big leaders against Wonthaggi 1-2-8.
31-point margin, and it is Gippsland Live. We're going to rug up during the break. The breeze has started to kick in. The cold has set in, and Beast is in shorts and a T-shirt. It's a rookie mistake on day one of Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Welcome back. It's quarter time. We got a feeling that Leongatha got out of the blocks very early. 6-3-39 to Wonthaggi 1-2-8, 31-point margin at quarter time. And from the 20-minute mark until the 29-minute mark, the quarter went about 30 in the end. Leongatha slammed on 5 goals and really broke the game apart. Here is Paul Cutter with all the key stats. Thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute for the first quarter. Of course, live your own way. It's available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
And Daryl, that was 5 goals, 1 from 7 inside 50s. That is unbelievable. As you can imagine, the stats heavily in Leongatha's favour. Inside 50s, 15-7. The clearances, Leongatha 13-8. They won the centre clearances 4-3. 10 free kicks to Leongatha, 7 to Wonthaggi. The marks pretty even, 20-18. However, the marks inside 50, none to Wonthaggi, 8 to Leongatha in that quarter alone. The ruckman, Ben Willis, certainly the best big man on the ground with 12 hit-outs. He's been backed up by Aaron Hilberg and Noah Fixter with 2 apiece. For Wonthaggi, Tom Mahuta 3 and Ryan Cornell, who looks a likely sort, with 5. Aidan Lindsay played well for Wonthaggi in that quarter, 10 disposals, 4 kicks and 6 handballs. Isaac Choke 5, Jack Blair 5 for Leongatha. Tom Marriott 9 disposals, 8 to Jake Vanderplot and 4 to Nick Argento.
Thanks very much, Paul. Let's get some scores. I think Beast is working on those during the break around the ground scores. Here it is, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. Over at Sale there, it's 3-2-20 Sale to 4 goals straight Warrigal 24. Druin 3-4-22 to Maffra 2-3-15. Maul 3-2, even with Bairnsdale 3-2-20 apiece. Round the grounds at Gippsland, Fish Creek at 21, Newborough 14, MDU 4-2-26 to Thorpedale 6-3-39. Yanara 5-5-35 to Tura 1-3-9. And Ballara 3-2-20 to Bibba North 2-1-13.
All right, there it is. What do you make of this first quarter, Boxer, just quickly before the second quarter for Moe Racing Club gets underway?
Skill level from Wonthaggi was pretty poor, I found, and just the way that Leongatha like to link up through the midfield and off their half-back line as well. They really share the ball around and making sure that they give it to the right people inside 50, and as you can see, 7 insides for 5 goals. They just know what to do when they get the ball inside 50.
So 31-point margin at quarter time. Wonthaggi kicking with the breeze, though, in this second quarter, so it'll be interesting to see if they can wrestle some of that 31-point margin back, or will it just be the way that the game goes? Leongatha certainly on top in that first quarter. No one not playing any loose players in the back line at all. Leongatha still going with the 6 defenders. The breeze has started to pick up, overcast skies.
We don't have the 6-6-6 rule, do we?
No, we don't. No, they are playing it, though.
They are.
The umpire for the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club gets us underway, and Willis and Hoother will do battle. Hoother, this one tapped it down. Jack Blair in the middle of the ground will win the clearance and drive it straight inside forward 50. Westaway couldn't complete the mark. McGuinness attacked it hard. Got one over the shoulder. No. It was close. He tried to get the arm up. A little Jack Ginnivan sort of type.
Already, that's a lot cleaner coming out of the midfield there, Daryl, for Wonthaggi.
100% ball up in a dangerous spot. Can Wonthaggi capitalise? And we're going to have another stoppage, as umpire says, give it to me. And the first game of that, we'll give it back. So again, Hoother and Willis both doing the ruck duties. Willis taps it down. Nash was there, so was Lindsay. Had a couple of Wonthaggi power players jump on him straight away. A ball up, and Boxer will try and get it out of the action for Gippsland Live. It is second quarter down here in South Gippsland.
It's another stoppage here as well, just on the top of the arc here for Wonthaggi's forward line. That was Willis that gets the ball down again, roves his own ball, tackling again. We're going to have our 4th stoppage in about 1 minute. We've been playing in this second quarter. The ball's inside 50, but they're just trying to work hard to get it back out both sides. Leongatha, that was Willis down to... We're going to get another stoppage here, Scud.
Yep, we sure are.
You're going to get another one?
No,
the umpire said I've had enough.
Yep, I'll give a free kick.
I have had enough. And it's Chug this time here. And no on the left foot is a beautiful kick of the ball as well. And he's won the ball. He's probably going to kick right on 50 as well, but that won't be a problem. The only problem will be if he needs to aim for that left goalpost, I believe, the way it's starting to swirl a little bit too. But he needs to give it a little bit of oomph.
This will be
just to get enough. He has to punch through it.
This will be big for Wonthaggi if they can get the opening goal.
So it's Chug. He comes in, kicks just on 50. His kick wasn't great. It was pushing right, and it went right. And it's the first behind in the second quarter here to Wonthaggi.
On the Moe Racing Club scoreboard, Wonthaggi 1-3-9, trailing by 30 points. Leongatha 6-3-39.
So Forrester to bring it back in for the Parrots. Looks near side. He's got Little John if he wants him. Decides to go to the far side on this occasion. And the big targets are out there. And rolling up from half back was Jensen Garnham. Couldn't complete the mark. And it trickles over for a boundary throw in. Ganane was out there along with Big Ben Willis. So you look for the option. If it's not on, you go to the tools on the far side. So ball up. 30-point margin. Drops down. There'll be a free kick going Wonthaggi's way to Hutha. Shepherding in the ruck contest. They want to drive it quickly. He goes a handle out the back to Blair. Has to chip kick it. And leading out was Westaway. Again dropping the mark that he usually does, sort of wrap up those intercept marks. Ball is still in dispute now inside 50. The umpire has found another free kick on the far side of the ground. And this time it's going to go in the way of, it looks to be, Walker, who squares it out wide to Forrester. He's got Brill with the outlet kick. Will it get there? No. Try to pick it off with Schultz. Ducks the shoulder. Brill puts the tackle on. Handball was clean to Bates. Gives it to Chug. He twists. He turns. He gives it to Lindsay. On the run. Got through some traffic. How did he get through there? And puts it through! Zambrero goal today. Aidan Lindsay with a little bit of a twist and a turn. And through traffic. Well, Aidan Lindsay, if you don't mind, turning back the clock.
And Lindsay's goal has come at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard now has a 24-point margin in Leongatha's favour. They're sitting on 6-3-39. Wonthaggi now 2-3-15.
Yeah, Wonthaggi are definitely going to have to capitalise on every chance they get going forward in this quarter, just to peg this margin back a little bit. Yeah, they're going to have to take every opportunity they can going forward and kick goals. And Lindsay, experienced head, slots it through beautifully.
So we've got Willis and Hutha. He used Ben Willis as a stepladder. The umpire said you can't do that. Give the ball back.
You can't do it?
No, not on his head.
Well, he jumped up and got his knee high.
I think his knee got him in the head.
Okay.
And he's kicking inside. And he finds it might be Little John. It's Turton. Turton has to go around Chug. Gets a few little mistakes there, but Willis goes back to Willis. He kicks inside and he finds Alga. So Alga, he surveys the options. He's got Gowan leading for him inside. His beautiful left foot kick in. Big pack form. The umpire's found another free kick.
Free kicks early this quarter, Paul. How many we had so far?
5 in 4 minutes.
So there you go.
Gee whiz.
It's a big one as well. So the kick comes outboard here to Bray. Bray's little kick inside to Tiziani. And finds him too. Sorry, it's Anderson. I get these two mixed up every time I call out here at Wonthaggi. You kick outside again. And it's that skill level, boys. So that's going to settle down a little bit too here, the Wonthaggi side too, because if they get those skills right, they can make life a lot harder for Leongatha than what they are right now. So it's a boundary throw in. It's Willis and Hutha. Oh, the ball goes to the left and goes to no advantage at all. The umpire said, yeah, you better bring that one back.
Let's do another go at that.
And we'll have another go.
Nearly was a forward 50 entry.
Oh, good on her though too to have that sort of...
That was a good oik.
It was a great oik.
It's the breeze. It was a breeze. It wasn't anything else.
The crowd's building here too at Wonthaggi Reserve, even though it is a little bit brisk. And the ball goes over the place again. Jack Blair gets tackled there by Marriott. The umpire, who's off the ball 50 metres away,
that was there,
finds a free kick to Jack Blair. He pushes the ball out wide, and he's looking for Fergus O'Connor. No, it's Jai Gilmore. Jai Gilmore goes inside to Chug, who's been busy early. Marks in front of Brill. This is where they've fallen down, Wonthaggi, pushing the ball inside 50. McGinn's given him about 4 leads. He's got 3 Leongatha players to beat. He couldn't beat any of them at all. Anderson's there for Wonthaggi. He's over the ball. And the ball umpire's going to come in and do what they've been doing for most of this 5 minutes of this quarter, is ball it up.
I'm not sure that long kick in for Wonthaggi is really going to work, guys. I think they've got Cooper McInnes down there to look for, but the rest are quite small.
Yeah, exactly right. They need to be patient with it. Anderson tried to bust away from that one. Nice tackle by Lindsay. As umpire will do it again. 6 minutes in. Wonthaggi have got the first goal. They've got it back to 24 points, and they are pressing. The breeze certainly have an impact here. And another free kick. And I tell you what, umpires, you've played 6 free kicks in the matter of 6 minutes. 7 now, sorry. As Alga drives a kick out wide. Hume has it. He wants someone to work to the far side. No one does really for him except Ganane, and eventually waits. Brill is out there. Gilmore's going to fly in the front spot. Can't complete the mark though. And now it's to fight at ground level. And again, the umpire will ball it up. How many free kicks did we have in the first quarter, Paul, in total?
In total, 17.
17,
and that's on course for 68 for the match, which is a big number.
All right, well, let's hope they just pull it back a fraction. Willis taps it down. Forward way for the Parrots. Tiziani out the back, gives it to Jack Blair. Little chip kick over the top was smothered, although Duve ran onto this one. Hamble to some open space. Maresco couldn't quite get it, and then had to put the tackle on Elga, and they said they got him high over the shoulder.
So another free kick. And we've only been playing 7 minutes in this second quarter. Oh, hang on a minute.
Come back behind your mark,
Come
Cooper.
back, young fella.
More free kicks and minutes.
He got a little bit excited there, young Cooper Alga.
More free kicks than inside 50s.
It's an absolutely beautiful kick, Alga.
More free kicks than you would have touched in the game of footy.
Alga looks inside of Mary, who gives him a good lead. Good, strong, hard lead in front of Lindsay.
Don't start him.
And he marks on the wing. Don't get me started, all right.
More free kicks than hair on your head.
We can keep going with that one as well, too. I can't even see he's marked the ball out there as well. Is that Turton or not? Argento, thanks. Nicky Argento kicks it inside to Westaway. They're going to completely switch the ball here, Leongatha. He comes out wide and he finds Bent Velson. Bent Velson. Sorry, Mrs. Bent Velson. I still can't get it.
I'll take it over. Ferguson, oh God. It's Bent Velson.
Bent Velson.
And to the Bent Velson family, we apologise. Nick's English language is his fourth choice.
I feel like that was a bit of Billy Brownless in that.
8 minutes into the second quarter. We'll get back on track. Lindsay gives it off to the back. Little chip kick over the top from his teammate. Lindsay will be the first one there. Couldn't complete it though. Westaway got boot to ball. Forrester, there will be another free kick, sling tackle. Didn't see it. Over the boundary line it was. And he's just going to take a bit of time getting up. Hilberg's in a bit of strife here, boys.
Westaway.
Westaway it is too. And they've just gone, I can just see, all I can see was a bit of shoulder and neck, and they've just taken some time now as Westaway is on his back and the umpires are just holding onto his head. So we didn't see it. We've got a coach's box in our way, but there is a bit of concern now for Westaway around that sort of neck area. Concussion will come into this as well. It's right in front of some Leongatha faithful, as they'll take all the time in the world that they need. He is outside of the field of play at the moment. Potentially the umpires might roll this in, but no, he's going to get up at the moment. Beast, can you see anything where you are? No? So he is standing up is the good news. So he doesn't, he wants to, he's good. He's walking off, and he's going to come off. The umpires have said this is okay. That's smart. I think that's a good thing. He can definitely go back on. They've done this in the past, and they have allowed it. So he didn't come off through the interchange, but the injured player is allowed to go off. The new player come on.
It's all about well-being and making sure everything's okay there too. It was a great move there by the umpire.
So Forrester brings it in towards half forward. Blair was there though. Hambles to a teammate, immediately tackled in a strong tackle by Jensen Garnham, and Jackson Williams just takes a little bit of time to get up. Umpire will ball it up. The margin sits at 24 points. Wonthaggi got the only goal of the quarter so far. Contest occurs. No one can really clean it away. And again, we'll have a stoppage. Does this suit Wonthaggi? This congested sort of play with the breeze that they've got?
Well, they've kept them goalless so far this quarter too, Scud, so it's actually working, and we've been playing 10 minutes, so...
And Beast, no doubt the coach would have said at quarter time, we want to see a bit of physicality around the contest.
Yeah, absolutely he would have, and that's exactly what they've come out with, and just scrapping it forward is going to be the key for Wonthaggi this quarter.
Ball's on there by Walker of Leongatha. His handball was really to no one. Gown there for Leongatha. His head's over the ball as well. Ball's not coming out. And welcome to Stoppageville. Because the second quarter has been nothing but stoppages.
At least it's not a free kick.
No, you're right, but we've had more stoppages than free kicks. So I think the umpires are just trying to even it up. Ball comes down to Hayes. He couldn't win it. Walker's there as well. He's been pushed in the back. The umpire said no. And we're going to ball it up again too. So the tackler there for Wonthaggi was Bates.
Boxer have recorded 12 hit-outs this quarter.
There you go. Huther down. Marriott picks it off. Handball.
Beautiful.
Inside. Kicks inside there too. Umpire says play on, so he hasn't played the mark. Ball quickly inside 50. No one there to really mark for Leongatha. Ball comes to ground, and guess what? We're going to ball it up again. 30 metres out from the Leongatha goals. And we've got a ball up. Duve gets off the bottom of the pack. And it's a ball up.
11 and a half minutes in. Blair starting to get busy. Won that clearance, kicked it straight up and down. Big spoil over the back from Marriott. Kick off the ground there was from Duve. Out in the run there of Williams. And Jackson Williams able to pick it up. Right foot kick is neat. Can find a teammate in Hayes. Half back flank. Wonthaggi look up. They're going to go long again. Beast wants them just to work the footy around. McGuinness will have to fly. He did fly, but couldn't complete the mark. He sat on his teammate's shoulders and didn't complete the mark, but we've got a boundary throw in. Do you want him to lower the eyes a little bit, do you, Beast?
I think so, Darryl. I think the main option is Cooper McKinnon. I mean, if he flies like that and takes a few good grabs, it'll be pay off for him. But I think they just need to lower the eyes. They've got the win. They just need to chip it around a bit and get it long in the right time.
24 points is the margin. Second quarter, all thanks to the Moe Racing Club. Bray doing some ruck duties now. Taps it down to a teammate. We'll have another ball up. Boxer's favourite stoppage on the outer side of the ground. Again, Bray to do the ruck duties against Fixter. Comes to ground level, squeeze handball out there from the newcomer in Walker. Comes inboard, Gown tried to run onto this one, left it behind. Forrester was there to kick around his body, gets to the wing. Ganane tried a little shuffle handball, couldn't get it out. Swarmed from a couple of power players and a ball up, out of wing.
I think this sort of tactic is working for Wonthaggi as well. Obviously, they've kept Leongatha goalless so far this second quarter, which is a little bit unheard of. The umpire's now called a free kick. It's going to go to Fixter, and his son of Al Fixter.
Yes, it is.
It is. There you go. So the ball was won out there by Forrester. He's kick inside, picks off Hilberg's mark was fantastic. He's looking for Garner. The ball just bounced at his feet. What a pick up! And then he's been given a coat hanger.
Goodness gracious!
Holy moly!
One way to slow him down.
And there's a great way to slow him down. He's pretty tough, Garner. And it's
separate the head from the shoulders.
No one has been a forward, and Beast you were one day too. But Garner plays on immediately. Kick around the corner wasn't great. Dropped short. The mark not paid either. Unlucky not to be paid. Hang on, the umpire is a little bit. It's a point.
Yeah,
point. Yep.
So the suspense is all gone. It's a point there to Leongatha.
It's always going to be a tough kick in from that pocket.
It's a 25-point lead to Leongatha, the Moe Racing Club scoreboard. 6-4-40 to 2-3-15. We've played almost 14 minutes second quarter.
Jack Blair for the power, rolls to the outer side and then checks his kick at the last minute. Jeez, he comes off, very skillful, to Schultz. Gives it back to Blair, who ran on. Runs outside 50, runs a long way. Was it enough? Well, I was getting close to saying it, but the whistle had already gone before I said runs a long way. Meanwhile, Noah Gown has it, looks up, comes to the pocket of the near side. Gilmore in the front spot. Garnham crunches one or two of them. Squeezed a handball out the back on that occasion was from Dickinson. And then a little kick off the ground on that occasion by Williams. Will find the boundary in front of the Wonthaggi Power social rooms. In the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club, save on meals, drinks and race day entry. Become a member today. The margin sits at 25 points.
Boundary throw in. And it's Bray. Bray's in the ruck now too against Fixter. A little bit of weight fight out of his weight division there, Fixter. Wins the ball down. Ball's in dispute. And we're going to have another ball up. Just on the arc there, right in front of the, we'll call it the grandstand here at Wonthaggi Reserve. Fixter and Bray. No one really won the tap out there. Handball out by Bray to Lindsay. He's tackled as well. I can see another thing coming again. And we're going to have another ball up.
Fixter just hurt his ankle in that ruck contest as well. Still out there though.
Fixter, Bray. Oh, again, the knee was driven into Fixter's stomach. There's not much of him either.
Fixter just hurt his rib on that ruck contest. So
or ribs.
Let's hope for this third ruck contest.
I'm going to have one more turn at it, and then it's your turn, Scud, I reckon.
Right.
Bray, ball comes down. I'll give that one to Fixter. Guess what? I'm giving this over to you, Scud, because we can't get it out of here.
All right. We know what happens after we have a couple of repeat stoppages.
Repeat.
Free kick.
Umpire will find a free kick, that's correct. So we do it again, this time in the front spot. Bray was there, tried to crash his way through, was Marriott, got ball to boot. Gilmore comes the other direction. Wants to go backwards by hand to Tiziani. Right foot wobbly kick in a dangerous spot, but it's a bit of open space. Coming out to meet it on that occasion was Maresco. Goes back inside forward 50, holding his ground, nicely done. And that's Jarvis Brown. Takes a courageous mark, clears it to the outer side. He's got a teammate on, that's Dickinson. He's got some space. He's going to step inside Hall. Inside 45 kick is going to work. Just Schultz will give it out wide. Now to Williams, over the top to Dickinson again. And Dixon picks it up. Right foot kick out in the front of Chug. Just inside the field of play. Now the umpire's called that Chug had a double take at that. Hang on. The field umpire's going to come in, Beast.
Just while we're going through that, guys, Jack Blair's just come off holding his right hand. Doesn't look like anything bad, but...
All right, so it's out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire's called it. And the free kick will go Leongatha's way in Forrester. Right foot kick to the wing area. Big Ben Willis was a target, couldn't complete it. Hutha was there to spoil and then grab it, and the umpire said ball it up. 16 and a half, make it 17 minutes now. Gone in the second quarter. Margin sits at 25 points.
Willis against Bray. Bray tries to push him out of the pack, but doesn't. Duve was there. Could have been a free kick. The umpire didn't pay it. Duve was good enough to get the ball inside 50 with a really ugly kick inside, but the ball comes to ground. It's Chug versus Forrester. No one really won that contest. The ball goes to ground again. The umpire's really quick again with the whistle. We've got a ball up 20 metres out directly in front of the Wonthaggi goal. If they ever needed a goal right now and make this game even more interesting than what it is right now, this is it. McKinns and Willis. Willis gets the ball down. Now, I reckon we're going to have something that's going to happen again, and it is. The umpire's going to come in and... No, he's found a free kick.
Holding the ball.
So that's what we thought. I think the umpires do love the theatrics of just letting everyone know that they're going to call holding the ball. I think we saw that a lot at Bairnsdale.
And Wonthaggi are continuing to drive the ball long inside 50, which, again, using the wind is probably not a bad idea, but they're really kicking to no one. They're really getting lucky with the free kicks they're getting.
And Bates comes in and makes no mistake of it. And he gets another one there for Wonthaggi. So a third goal for Wonthaggi in this second quarter, and we've been playing 18 minutes.
And we'll see if Wonthaggi can do what Leongatha did. It was a 19-minute mark of the first quarter that Leongatha's big run started. This is the 18-minute mark of the second quarter on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Wonthaggi go to 3-3-21, trailing Leongatha by 19 points. Harrods 6-4-40.
Beast, maybe they're a little bit gun shy with that holding onto the football because of the skills have been off in that first quarter, perhaps, and they're, what seems to be the option. They're just a little bit gun shy with it, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, Darryl. I think you're probably spot on with that.
Let's have a look at it again. So they've got the 2 goals. They've got it back to a reasonable 19-point margin, and Duve gets the clearance again out of the middle. And on the chest, 1-2-3 bites. Couldn't complete it. Kyle Yan and Leongatha are able to get on it. Squared out wide to Brill. Strong in the hips. Got around the tackle of Tiziani. And then on the outside of the right foot, try to get it towards Argento. Lindsay with a head over the football. Nicely done by Walker for the Parrots. Inboard handball to open space was good. Talon Brill shrugged the tackle. A wobbler inside 50. Wonthaggi got some numbers. Williams grabs it, sits on the ground, and that's the best result. They've got a stoppage. It's tough in the clinches. Between the arcs is where it's been won at the moment. Leongatha hold on to a 19-point lead. Wonthaggi, though, have kicked 2 goals to nothing in this second quarter to get the margin back. Argento head over it, and we'll do it again. So 20 minutes are about to tick over. We'll get all your scores at halftime thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. You are listening to Gippsland Live. Hutha taps it down. Brown head over the footy. We know where he is. Lindsay works hard as well. Squared it out, gives it to Turton, and then puts a strong tackle on. Lindsay's been great for the Power today. And again, we'll have a stoppage. Of course, Wonthaggi missing a lot of key players out of this side today. Will certainly be stronger as the weeks come in. Ordinary sort of throw up by the umpire. Just threw it up and then backed away real quickly. Van der Pluyt handles over the shoulder, no one in particular. Tiziani didn't have the football. Umpire missed that one. Head over the football. Bates. Maybe that's the square-up box.
It was definitely the square-up, and they're putting their head over the ball at the moment too, Wonthaggi, so they're going to keep winning those free kicks. His quick kick outside and finds Gilmore. So Gilmore holds it up a little bit undecided of what to do. He's going to get caught out here too, but he hasn't been. And now he has. That ball comes back. Wonthaggi are really making a mess of this at the moment. It's a quick chop out there. Hayes picks it off to Bray. Bray's going to do a little bit of blind turn and pirouetting, but he does, and he's good enough.
How has this worked?
And he has done it well. And that was Noah Anderson who marks out in front. His kick's not great again, and Stickinson out wide or Williams. We'll give it to both of those kids because they're both in the action as well. His kick out to Chug wasn't great again. But Chug was good enough and not good enough. The ball beats them both. And it's out of bounds on the far side here for Wonthaggi. It's again that kick down the line. That didn't work again, Beast.
Yeah, absolutely, Box. And look, at this probably point in the quarter, their options are probably to go down the line because nothing really much is working for them. Their skill level is probably not where it needs to be coming in board and doing anything special.
Yet, still, they only trailed by 19 points. And their little stuff around at half-back, I don't know how many times they could have turned it over, but it worked out for them. As trying to shrug their tackle, one or two many, I think. And the free kick against Braden Duve will go Leongatha's way from that stoppage. And the last one up out there looks to be Turton. He's got a runner. Forrester was the one. He faked the handball, eventually gave it to Forrester, but he was flat-footed by then and then had to kick and prop and turned it over. Jackson Williams takes the mark on the wing. And Williams wants to square this up into the breeze. It's going to sit up for Gilmore nicely. Does he continue with Tiziani on? He doesn't even look at him. He goes further afield to Chug, and that's a better option by foot. Hits him on the chest. Chug will run and draw with a handball to Tiziani. Over the top to Brown. This is a better build-up. This is what the Beast wants. Into the pocket to the wrong side of McGuinness. And taking the mark back there is Bent Velzen, who boxer. I'll take that name all afternoon now.
I'll call him Mitchell.
As Mitchell Bent Velzen. Oh, the kick off the instep is going to be turned over. Huther should mark and does. Top of the 50. With the breeze behind him, he might have this within him.
Their first mark inside 50 for the match.
And it's only by half a millimetre.
It is.
The man on the mark is 49 3/4 out. Huther rolls around a little bit from 51, lowers the eyes, kicks to the top of the square, and it gets over the back of the head of Lindsay. Somehow he gets it back again, and Lindsay puts it, minus score. He's been the barometer today for the Power, clearly their best. Minor score.
3 straight goals, the difference on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. 3-4-22 Wonthaggi, trailing Leongatha. 6-4-40, 23 minutes played the second quarter.
And that's what happens, I suppose, when you let a ruckman have a shot on goal like that. He's just tried to chip it, trying to find a short option. If he went back, put a bit of boot into it, he probably could have used the wind and really drove it through.
Absolutely. Did he change his mind?
I reckon he changed his mind. I think when he arced around, I thought he was looking for a bit of distance, and he just changed it up, and that kept his forwards on the back foot because they didn't expect it themselves. So just a couple of little errors there too. I like the way Chug now has been playing across half forward. He's probably been their lead-up player this quarter, but it hasn't worked because of the skill level coming in. So really, Wonthaggi, if they can really fine-tune their forward entries, and like Paul said, one mark inside 50 for a game isn't enough.
Now, we're filling a little bit of time because the football ended up on a Beckett Street in Inverloch. Took a little while to get back.
Yeah, the young fella took off with it as well. Come back here, young fella. So Alga is a beautiful kick at the footy. Plays on, goes, pushes the ball out wide. Scoreboard side here at Wonthaggi Reserve. Looking for Gown. He was good enough to mark that. That was a great mark there by Gown. Surveys his options. He hasn't got a lot to move to here at the moment too, because Wonthaggi has really clogged it up. Chips it over the top to Forrester, who was good enough to mark. So he only gained another 20 metres then. They're going to start chipping the ball around a little bit too, and they've punched the ball inside. And I can't make out who that is at the moment. On the far side here.
Argento.
That is it. And I should know, his name is Nick Argento, is that correct?
Correct.
He was looking for Forrester. His kick wasn't great. Picked off there by McNeil. His handball out there for Gilmore wasn't good. That was Duve. Duve's over the ball. He's been busy this quarter, Duve, as well.
He has been in under the box, and while we just got a stoppage, I was just about to say this is bound to happen, the turnover there. The way that Wonthaggi were pressing up, it was bound to happen, Leongatha making a mistake there.
Huther wins the ball down. Only as far as Bates, but he's wrapped up straight away. And we're going to have a ball up. What are you going to say?
No,
you wanted to say something.
I was going to be nasty, but I won't. I love your box.
Oh, really? So,
Nick
that's the
first.
first.
That is. As the ball gets on the outer side.
I don't know what I've done there.
It's Fergus O'Connor on the outer side who's bald with a beard. And that's where I was getting that box in there. You know what I'm going with. The kick inboard. Brill wanted the mark. The umpire said it was touched. They have been good, though. Those it's Gilmore and Duve and O'Connor all look the same. And they look a little bit like Nick. So kicked off the ground there. There's Argento. Inboard handball nicely done to Brill. He's a right footer. Gets round one. Brown. He puts under a little bit of pressure on that occasion. Wheel from McGannon. Inside 50 it goes, though. And Garnham was there, so was Walker. They squeeze a handball back. Now Vanderplight's under pressure. A little wobbly kick. Top of the square. Danger zone. Williams does well. Gives it to Bray. Bray's outlet kick must hit the target. Tiziani's got to be tall and strong, and he does. He knew the pressure was coming. Completed the mark. And Joe Dirt has it. Jarvis Brown, of course, goes inboard. And finds a teammate in Bates. Inboard kicks a high risk, high reward. And the risk, though, on that occasion didn't quite come off for him for the Power. Do you like that, though, Beast?
Well, look, they're probably got to take it on and use the wind in their advantage. But, I mean, if you're going to go inside and execute that kick, it's got to come off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. 26 and a half minutes gone. The margin's still at 18 points. Leongatha haven't got a goal this quarter. And look, I don't think you can't kick goals against the Breeze. I know Wonthaggi kicked one, but it is manageable, surely. Doesn't look that breezy out there. Bates took on the tackler. Turton ran him, got him. Holding the footy, good tackle by the Turtle. And he'll have the free kick. Too far out to score, though, for Young Az.
Would it surprise you, Darryl, to know that Leongatha have had 8 inside 50s to 7?
Yeah, well, and we're about to get another one, or we've already counted this one. Again, we've got it in by an inch.
Yeah.
So Turton got called to play on and goes short to find Ganane. Good user of the footy is Turton. And Ganane, we know he can thump it. Gown was on too. Didn't go to him.
He's got the ability to kick this, Ganane.
Yep. He's got one this afternoon. We haven't got a multiple goal scorer so far in the game. And Jack Ganane from 50 metres out, near side of the ground, grandstand side, kicking towards the city end of the ground. Rolls in. He's going to get close to the man of the mark, I think. But 48 metres, starts it to the middle and it drifts away to the left. And they spoil it. Doesn't even score in the end. We've got a boundary throw in 5 metres around from Leongatha's goal.
And that's the difference too with Ganane, the way, you know, he really presses up. You've got Garnham, Ganane, you've got Gown inside. They really like to have to hit up leads. So it's really better options for Leongatha. So that's the difference between both forwards lines at the minute. So we've got a boundary throw in. Pressing there for Leongatha. Ball comes in and it's Hilberg and Kutha. Ball was on there by Duve. Not O'Connor, not Gilmore. Duve. And the ball was smothered there. Jay Williams couldn't get his kick out. Great pressure there by the Leongatha forwards. We've got a boundary throw in. Deep in the forward pocket for Leongatha. They haven't scored a goal this quarter as well. We've been playing 28 and a half minutes. So it's Hutha and Hilberg. Give it to Hutha over the top. One there by, now he's going to do it to me again.
O'Connor.
That was O'Connor, but he was picked off there by Brill. So Leongatha's still got another chance here deep in this second quarter. He brings the ball in quickly, looking for Gown. He's got 3 to beat there and he couldn't. And it was Bates who takes a great mark inside there for the power. He quickly pays on to Gilmore. Then picked off by Tiziani. Humes there for Leongatha. And the ball goes out and we've got a boundary throw in. Not far from Siren too.
Yeah, I was just about to jump in their box. I don't think Wonthaggi can afford to let Leongatha. Leongatha are pressing really the last couple of minutes, and Wonthaggi cannot afford to let him get a cheap goal here.
No, exactly right. They've held strong for 29 and a half minutes. Ball back in. Willis grabs it out of the ruck, gives it to Gown. Took on there and ducked the shoulder over it, and the free kick will be paid.
Ooh. Not sure you'd be carrying on too much about that.
No, you don't want to
50 head straight off.
You don't want a 50 now. Gown might just turn and go now, and he does that. Oh, they've called time on because he fell over.
I think it's a dairy farmer milking that one, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Noah Gown. A long way out, 29 and 3/4 minutes. Getting some advice from the Wonthaggi faithful. He's not having a shot, surely. He'll just kick this to the top of the square. Inside, Wonthaggi got some numbers back. Can't complete the mark with Eros O'Connor. Under pressure. And they want to hold on. 30 minutes have ticked over in the second quarter. They've kicked 2 goals. 2 goals, 2 it is. And Leongatha have only managed the one behind. They've got the margin back to 18 points. Tiziani off the back there. Blazes it out. 1-on-1. Back there is working hard was Nash for Leongatha. Tap forward though. It looks to be on the outer side. This is Dixon. He's going to kick it off the ground. Brill goes to ground. Has the footy. Gives it. Swift little handball. He gets the 1-2 back, does Brill. Inboard, missed it. It's going to come inside forward 50 now for Wonthaggi, you'd think. Chug will have it in the middle of the ground. He didn't complete the mark. Got wrapped up by Marriott. And what should have been a forward 50 entry will be a stoppage in the middle of the ground.
Ambitious by Chug trying to fend off Marriott.
Absolutely. So Willis and Hutha. I'll give it to neither. Turton came in after that. Lindsay gives it backwards to Brown. High kick to half forward. Chug and Forrester. The ball bounced. Hayes is there. Lost the footy. And holding the ball they've called.
He took him on, Bates. And there's the siren.
Wonthaggi will take that box.
They definitely will. It's half-time here at Wonthaggi Reserve. And it's Leongatha who were goalless that quarter. 6-4-40. They lead Wonthaggi 3-4-22.
We've got the halftime wrap coming up after the break. It is all thanks to Gippsland Mowers. Time to cut up, dissect what happened in this first half, get you up to speed with all the scores. As we said, the margin sits at 18 points here at Wonthaggi, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland. Yeah, welcome back. Half-time's done. Margin at 18 points. Both sides are back out there. But we just noticed some big news coming out of the Wonthaggi camp boxer. What do we see as they ran out? And then we see a couple of wounded power players.
Yeah, two big ones too. Cornell, the big ruckman for Wonthaggi, was in a sling as well. So a couple of arm injuries to some really key players too. Jack Blair, who we hope's okay as well. Looks like a pec injury. B seems to think it's a hand, but we'll say it's a pec. You just got to work out which part's part, mate. So no, but it's two less on the bench now for the power as well, which makes it real difficult too, especially if they really cop some injuries again, which we hope they don't, for the second half of footy, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be tough from here. They did manage to get it back, though, Beast, from 31 points back to 18 points. So with the breeze, or they're kicking against the breeze now, what do you think they might do?
Whether they go real defensive, Daryl, I'm not sure. But look, they worked really hard in that second quarter to peg it back. I'd be a little bit disappointed if I was Wonthaggi that I couldn't probably get another couple on the board because the breeze is still pushing towards that Inverloch end. So with Leongatha kicking that in, you know, full 22 out there on the available for them as well. It's going to be hard for them, Wonthaggi.
Yeah, it certainly is. And as you said, Wonthaggi teams in the past, though, have been very good defensively, haven't they?
Yeah.
So they've always seemed to come up with a bit of a way to make it a bit of a fight. And on their home deck, they might just spring a couple of surprises. We'll soon know. They are a little bit late to get out of their huddle.
Let's just see how fit they really are to the power, because I reckon they'll work back. They'll work hard defensively. I think their goal would be to get one or two back and really hold again. I've never seen Leongatha go goalless 2 quarters in a row, but you know, if they can get that and get that win
last week,
did they?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
10 behind at half time.
Oh, there you go. So it's happened already.
When you were at the Barossa.
So it's, yeah, I was at the Barossa by then, or the McLaren Vale, one of the two. But anyway, I think if they can make it really ugly here, the power, and make it really hard for Leongatha, there might be a show.
Definitely, if they give them a chance, Leongatha, to settle, that is, Wonthaggi give Leongatha a chance to settle, it's going to be crucial for them, because I think whatever side can just settle their game down a bit here, they've both sort of been a little bit kamikaze, bit ugly with the footy in hand, but if Leongatha can settle here and put some score on, Wonthaggi won't roll over, that's for sure, but it is going to be hard for them.
Well, they are starting the game with a 6-6-6. They're all matched, but just in general play, they might sort of roll one back. The third quarter here is about to get underway for McDonald's. Huther and Willis to do the ruck duties, and Willis taps it down. Marriott tried to get it through. Now he has to become the tackler on Gilmore. And Gilmore didn't have the footy. Marriott thinks it's his free kick.
Doof.
That's Doof in the middle. I've caught something from you at halftime.
I love you though, Darren.
So Braden doesn't ring the same. Braden Doof kicks in towards half forward. Nicely done to Tiziani. Tiziani wants to go, and he gives a handball back to Doof, who under enormous pressure, quickly wrapped up by Mason McGannon, holding the ball on that occasion. And the free kick will go the Parrots' way.
Early on the whistle.
Yep. So McGannon at centre half back. Looks to go short, he wants to, but decides to kick it a little bit further to Noah Gown, and nicely done with the mark. Although Thomas, well, the umpire said it was over the shoulder, I would have paid the mark. Either way, it's in the hands of the Parrots. Open forward line at the moment. They get some numbers back, so he has to go wide towards Hume. And Jack takes the mark. 80 metres out from goal. Looks up. A bit of space into the pocket. Hilberg will lead in that little space area. Just kicks it over the top of his head, though. Not the best kick. Garnham tried to fly 5 deep. And then Thomas just slaps it straight towards the boundary line. If that's not deliberate, I don't know what is. The umpire said it doesn't matter. Throw it in.
Don't
Boundary
ever have that rule in this comp.
Insufficient intent?
I've never seen it.
I think we do. Just didn't pay it on that occasion.
I haven't seen it paid.
True, that's a good point.
The boundary umpire throws it in. It's a little bit difficult for her as well. The wind is blowing against her there as well.
Let's do it again.
The umpire said, we'll do it again. Just come a little bit closer. So boundary throw in. Take 2. Fixter, Huther. And it was Fixter who wins the tap down. Doof couldn't win it. Ganane's there for Leongatha. He's wrapped up there by Doof. And that's O'Connor. Couldn't wrap up Gown. Gown's left foot kick didn't go far enough. Hayes is there for power. Gets the handball off. And it looks like O'Connor who gets the kick out wide. His kick wasn't great. And he was looking for. And it was picked off there by Will Littlejohn. And well done there too. Kick wasn't great for the exit, but they've got it out of the danger zone there for the power. So we've got another boundary throw in. We've been only going a couple of minutes in this third quarter. My apologies. Willis and Hoother. Willis wins it down. It comes off his back, actually. They actually won it. Lindsay was there. Marriott, handball. Great handball over to Brill. Brill's kick inside. He's looking for Hilberg. Has that in front. And he marks. And he plays on that left foot. Goes in. And his kick wasn't as good. And it goes left. And it's a behind there for Leongatha.
And the first score of the third quarter comes almost at the 3-minute mark. Leongatha now 6-5-41 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, leading by 19 points.
Schultz has it. Comes inboard on the 45 to Duve. Finds him. Been pretty good today. Has Duve. Looks up. Wants to go inboard again. Doesn't go there. And then the kick into the man on the mark. Quickly comes the other direction with Walker. He has to pick it up now. He's got some company. Oh. And he's got one over the shoulder. Beast, was it there?
Yeah, I think it was, mate. He had two of them climbing all over. Duve's not happy, but that's two that he's given away now. He hasn't been happy with, but they've clearly been there.
So Walker tried to get it going pretty quickly. Don't forget Westaway still hasn't taken his part as well after getting a heavy tackle knock to the neck area. So we'll try and get some updates for you on these injuries a little bit later on. There's Jay Walker. Hard up on the boundary line. Grandstand side, kicking towards the Inverloch end of the ground here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Right foot kick is on its way and it snuck it through.
Here they come.
Jay Walker gets one. 4 minutes into the third quarter. The margin now back out to 25.
And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, as Darryl said, a 25-point lead to Leongatha 4 minutes into the third quarter. And Walker's goal takes the Parrots to 7-5-47, leading Wonthaggi 3-4-22.
You can see Leongatha's intention earlier. It looks like they're trying to go quick as well. So they're obviously trying to use this quarter as a bit of an advantage for them. And they're getting it in quick, getting that score on the board.
Well, we're back in the middle here. First goal in the third quarter. Go to the Parrots. It's Hoother, the ruckman. Down by Willis. He picks his own tap down. He's wrapped up there by Duve. He was guilty of giving that last free kick away. There wasn't too much to ask to Duve because it was definitely there. The ruckman at it again. Willis, big tap forward. Met off there by Duve. Hoother picks up, gets the ball out to Bates. Bates' handball to Hayes. Hayes to Duve. They're really working it hard, the power, but wrapped up again. And we'll have another ball up. Just about back in the middle of the ground again. We haven't gone far enough or anywhere so
sideways.
Far. We have gone sideways. So it's Willis again with Hoother. This time it's Hoother who gets the ball down. Marriott, handball there to Forrester. His left foot kick really to no one. And it's going to be picked off there by Thomas. He marks on his chest. This is where they've really fallen down, the power. It's that exit kick. He goes short again. This time to Bates. His kick was better. Thomas offers him a handball. Ignores it. Looks up. Goes down the line. Again, that kick wasn't great and it was a bit sloppy, but Lindsay was there and he marks. And he's got a lot to look up to as well. Holds the ball up. Kick ball inside there. Looking for Anderson. He couldn't mark. Great punch out there and picked off there by Chug. Then there's a tackle there by Hume.
Just turned into traffic then, Noah Anderson. Tiziani.
Tiziani. Yep.
Sort of kept coming this near side, might have been okay.
Hoother gets it down. Again, goes nowhere. Players are wrapped up and it was Gown who took the tackle on. Picks up Lindsay. We do it again. Willis.
Couldn't quite clear the area. Gown has to go again. And again, we'll have another stoppage. 6 minutes into the third quarter for McDonald's. The Big Mac, the original mouthful, one-of-a-kind flavour now comes in 3 sizes. Perfect for you, Boxer. Small, medium and large. A big kick out there from Bates, so straight up and down. No one's wanted to stand underneath it because it wasn't going to be paid a mark. Hoother got tackled quickly. Can't shuffle it out. And again, we'll have another stoppage.
You're like catching a time bomb, that.
Yep. Take it and then get crunched. Hoother and Willis again. Hoother taps it forward. Forrester off the back. Hoother has to do some groundwork. Forrester had a fresh airy. Lindsay with a little kick off the ground. Inside forward 50. Anderson stops and props. Kicks on the outside of the boot. Being held. Free kick. Wonthaggi supporters have been calling it all afternoon. That free kick's going to go in the way of Reeve Moresco, who's playing his first senior game of footy for the Power. And Reeve in front of the Wonthaggi Power social rooms, hard up on the boundary line. Tough kick here with a breeze coming from right to left. He's going to go with a drop punt. Paul wants it to come a swing around. I'm not sure the breeze will do that. No. That was going to be extremely difficult, that one.
His only hope was a banana, I think.
Yep. Minor score on the McDonald's scoreboard.
4 straight goals of difference. 24 points in Leongatha's favour in the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 7-5-47 to 3-5-23.
Elga brings it in, far side of the ground. Garnham was the target, over the back. It's Garnham and Chug. Kicked off the ground by Garnham. Chug swoops on it. One hand pickup was clean and then got legged. You win the free kick. At half forward, chips it to the top of the 50. He's got a player on. It's Hayes. He looks, he's too far out to score. It's a crowded forward line, so he's just going to sit it to the top of the square and hope for someone to fly. And that was Lindsay from Leongatha, though. Couldn't complete the mark, and we're going to stoppage directly in front.
He got up high.
Some of these boys can fly.
He got up high.
Danger spot for the Parrots' defence. And over the shoulder. It's not so much dangerous anymore. Leongatha win the free kick through Willis.
He's never going to fight that one off. There's a fair few kilos difference there with Huther and Willis. Big John Stud, I called him last year. That was the name I was looking for. So Willis kicks the ball out wide. He was looking there for Fixter. He couldn't mark. Brown was there to intercept for power. Ball comes to ground. Fixter gets the handball out. Not quite far enough either. And a big strong tackle there. There might be Forrester on top of the pack there. He's got the tackle in. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Far side here at Wonthaggi Reserve. Ball comes down. That was fixed up again, really to nobody. And the ball's going to actually find itself entombed in another player. The umpire says, let's ball it up again. Ball up. This time it was Huther. The ball comes down. The tackle was really to nobody there. So it's a free kick to Leongatha.
Turton.
And it is Turton. Turton surveys his options. He hasn't got a lot to give to because the power players have really pushed back. But he finds Forrester. So they've gained about 15 metres sideways. He's got no one really to look up to too because Wonthaggi's really put the power on here, put the pressure on too. Kicking inside for Ganane. He marks well in front of Bray. It was a good hit up. So Ganane marks well and strong. He's outside his 50. He's letting players rush in. So he really needs to move this ball quickly. Puts the ball inside the top of the 30, looking for Hume. He couldn't mark. Out the back was Williams. Picked off there by O'Connor. His kick wasn't great. And the mark there by Littlejohn. Littlejohn looks inside. He's got a couple of leads. He ignores them both. Then he's got Garnham at the side there, but Hume gives him an option at the top of the 50.
He can kick this.
He will. He's got a great kick, Hume. He was a renowned goal kicker in his junior days too, wasn't he, Scud? So here he goes. He arcs around looking for a little bit more distance. He had two power players coming to smother. Ball was touched off the boot. Ball comes to ground. Air shot there by the Leongatha player. Didn't go very far. We're going to have a ball up here, right on the edge of the goal square, Beast.
It's been a good start from Wonthaggi to this quarter. They've really held Leongatha quite well, but you can see Leongatha, they're trying to get it in deep. They're trying to get it long.
Huther and it looked like Hillberg. Ball still trickling around the top of the goal square there too. Lindsay tries to bullock his way through. He couldn't. But you've got players diving all over the ball here too. Ganane was the last one in there for Leongatha. And the umpire will come in and ball up again. They've only gained about 10 metres there, Wonthaggi. So it's still in a danger spot. They really need to get it out of here.
24 points is the margin. Huther decides to get it out by fist. Davis there, Hayes it was, barrelled it out, but it's going to come straight back as Cooper Elga takes the uncontested mark. They did set up well the Leongatha defence. And Elga's left foot spearing pass. Bray comes in, tries to pick it off and then gets it and barrels it back out towards the Elga direction again. And fighting hard was McNeil, but he's given away the free kick. And Elga has it again. This time the left foot kick goes inboard to Forrester. Back to Elga who ran on. And again they chip it over the top. Marriott, he's had to sit underneath that one as the ball just sailed on him and then got crunched by Dixon. And Marriott takes a free kick in the centre square. You look up and put it into a dangerous spot. The flies will come. Ganane! Then that was Garnham as well. Couldn't quite complete it. Ground level it comes. And we're going to ball up. 12 minutes in. There's a free kick, going in the way of Wonthaggi. It will go with the way of Jarvis Brown. Short, dangerous kick, turned over. Ball in dispute. Hall was there, fed a handball out the back to Bent Velzen. Inboard it goes, no one there for Leongatha. And the last line, Thomas, a little silly little kick off the outside of the boots, not going to come off. Marriott tried to shrug the tackle of Schultz, gives a handle to Argento. And then back there was happy to see it go over was Ethan Dickinson.
Going back to the first quarter there, Scud, Wonthaggi just trying those dicky little kicks and they're just not coming off. The weather's not for that type of footy. They just need to get it long and clear the footy as best they can.
Exactly right.
So boundaries throw in. Top of the arc there for Leongatha in their forward line. Ball comes in, goes over the top, and Hutha wins a tap.
Oh.
Picked off there by Noah Gown. He goes for the snap. Kick's going to go far and wide. There's 2 against 1. The umpire's found a free kick. And it was for holding. And it's going to go against Gilmore, and it's going to go to Garnham. So the pressure was on the power defence then too. So the ball was high in the air, so they had enough time to get the wrestle on. But unfortunately, for Gilmore, found himself holding Garnham. So Garnham's going to go in for a much-needed goal to Leongatha. He comes in quickly, lightly. He did it quite easily in the end. And there's a goal there for Leongatha. They're second for the third quarter. And just what the Leongatha side needed.
Jensen Garnham becomes our first multiple goal kicker of the match. He has 2 now at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has Leongatha out to 8-5-53, a lead of 30 points over Wonthaggi, who are 3-5-23.
Well, they've just seemed to be working a little bit harder, don't they, Beast, with the breeze. Not that it's great, but they've certainly managed to get the opening 2 goals.
Nice long and direct, Darryl.
So let's see what happens out of this middle again. Hutha over the top. Goes Leongatha's way, though. Willis just shoved the ruckman out of the way. Bates tried to make a play on the ball, and we'll have a ball up in the just forward of centre for the Parrots. They lead it by 30 points now. As again, Hutha, good run by Turton. Can he get a handball away to a runner? And that is Hall. Had to come back in. The right foot little kick to Garnham. Goes inboard now. Sorry, the ball now gets towards Garnham from Ganane. And Garnham has to fight hard with Thomas and just grabbed him over the shoulder. And Jacob Thomas wins the free kick. They're going to switch this one and come to the near side. The execution of the kick on this occasion was good to Dixon. He'll roll around and kick it towards Hutha, who can mark at his chest. He wants to give a handball. Now he goes forward over the top to O'Connor. And his kick is turned over. The story of the day, Mitchell Bent Velzen just stood there and it landed on his chest. Bent Velzen got called to play on, kicks it high to the top of the 50, all on his own, going back to take that mark. And that was...
Williams?
It is Jackson. Squares it out wide towards Brown. And Brown will go further forward to Gilmore.
Gilmore marks it just in his defensive pocket, goes into board, his kick was good. And he finds Anderson. So Anderson, this is where they're falling down at the moment too, the power, just that exit kick out. So the kick was short. And he's found...
Bates.
It's Bates for the power. Bates' kick wasn't great. Kick down the line. Picked off there by Little John. His kick was up in the air and errant. Could be out in the full. And it is. So a little bit of ugly play then for the last 30 seconds from both sides.
I'd say the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to be really kind about it.
They get a couple of chips on there too, Box. They get a couple of chips, Wonthaggi, and then they just go long down the line and turn over. They just need to hold onto that ball a bit more and have a few more chips around, find a couple of extra spare players.
So here's that kick again. The umpire's called it back again. It's...
take a breath.
We'll just take a breath. Bates, he's got the kick. Here we go again. Straight down the line. Actually, he punched the kick in a bit shorter because he found Bray. It was a nice kick out too. Bray short kick inside and finds Anderson.
This is better.
Much better. Anderson wheels around. His kick, he's looking inboard and he couldn't find Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay's marked it. He hasn't paid it. Umpire, you're spoiling the party. Now he's going to call it. Now he's going to call it. He might have heard us from up here, but Lindsay should have been paid the mark. He had 3 or 4 bites at it. And it would have been a great mark as well. Kicks it out wide. The umpire might give a 50. There's an umpire. That's a free kick. It's a hold.
So is it downfield? It's not the 50, it's the downfield that happens, isn't it, now?
So, no, I think the umpire had called... No, the umpire had called a hold against McGuinness. So it was a free kick to McGuinness.
And that's a better build-up by Wonthaggi. They just didn't bomb away. They just chipped it around and found those spares and good little lead-ups from the forwards as well.
And this will be just the second goal to this end if he can do it.
So they've worked hard to get it this far now. McGinsby knows dead-eye Dick in front of goals. Here we go now. And he's kicked the first. He's first for the afternoon for the Power. And a much, much needed goal for Wonthaggi.
And brings Wonthaggi to 4-5-29 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Leongatha's lead now, 24 points. The Parrots are 8-5-53.
As we expected, we knew Wonthaggi weren't going to go away in this game, but that little build-up there, as I mentioned before, is what they really need to do going against this breeze, because it can go back straight over their head just as quick. As soon as Wonthaggi get that turnover, they're just bombing it long. They've got some big forwards and big targets there, and they can actually execute that kick too.
Well, one against the breeze again, something that Leongatha haven't been able to do in that second quarter. Can they get another one? But try to bust his way through, and you make the play on the ball, you'll win the free kicks 9 times out of 10. Marriott wants someone from full forward to lead at him, but his wobbly kick goes to the top of the 50. Picked off there by O'Connor. His kick, though, was partially smothered, doesn't go too far. Hit over the footy there was Bray, and then gave a quick forward handball. They get it to the middle of the ground to the Power. They got some numbers. Fixter's back there. He's quickly wrapped up. Turton tries to come and help, and the umpire will ball it up in the middle of the ground. Fixter is the last one up off the bottom of the pack, and now has to do the ruck duties. Up against Bray, they tap it down again. Forward, Turton runs backwards. Solid work on that occasion there was from Yarn. A quick kick forward by McGuinness. High. Who's can come out from forward? No one can really mark it. McGuinness followed his kick down. Couldn't keep it with him. Bent Velzen tries to tap it forward, and will get one without holding the footy. So Mitch Bent Velzen, half-back flank for the Parrots, will go short to Alga. Just the required distance. Looks to go inboard. He's darting inboard. He wants something inboard. Eventually he gets it. And it's Jack Hume. Half-back flank. Slow build-up. Kicking towards the Inverloch end of the ground. That kick is a beautiful lead, and present was from Mason McGannon. Now they can get it over the top. Argento has it. Handballs over the top. Jensen Garnham's going to run into an open goal and go bang. And yep,
yeah, she's
that
gone.
has hit Eagle's Nest. A goal to Jensen Garnham. He's got 3 now for the afternoon, and all of a sudden the lead's back out.
Back out to 30 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. Leongatha 9-5-59, leading Wonthaggi 4-5-29.
Hopefully there's no injuries out there on the croquet court either.
Yeah.
There's a couple of elders out there trying to have a little bit of croquet.
That was probably Leongatha's best build-up for the afternoon. That's probably the best build-up we've had for the day in regards to ball use as well.
And it was Cooper Alga. He just did not look down the line, did he, Beast? He just kept looking inboard, and eventually something presented for him. It was Jack Hume. And
blokes like Cooper Alga, he's been super impressive today. He's got the foot to be able to execute those kicks. So, you know, they're the blokes you want to get the ball with in their hands. And I reckon just looking down the bench at Leongatha, it looks like Westaway is probably done for the day.
Yep.
I'm surprised a player with the name of Nick actually handballed. But anyway, Nick Argento did, and he shared the ball around inside 50.
Big moments for the Moore Bowling Club. And don't forget, they got the better beer on the 6th tap. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, $5 a pot, $7 a schooner. Happy days.
Gown, he gets the ball, he gets ripped up high. The umpire didn't really pay anything there, and the ball moves him forward. And it's O'Connor. He wins the ball for the Power. And it's going to be a ball up. There's going to be some sore bodies tonight too, because the tackling has been there. That's obviously created all these stoppages. So Huther and Fixter. Ball comes down again. His big snap from outside 50. This could bounce through, and it doesn't.
Another minus.
That could have been an absolute ripper.
It's a 31-point margin, which was the margin at quarter time in Leongatha's favour. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Leongatha 9-6-60, Wonthaggi 4-5-29.
O'Connor received the kick out from fullback. Still inside defensive 50 though. He goes to the far side of the ground. Huther presents with Chugg. Chugg's groundwork was very good. Handballed over the top there to Hayes. Got around the tackler and then got ball to boot. But Gown will come the other direction and win himself the free kick or take the mark. He can take your pick. He's been busy this afternoon as Noah Gown. And he has the free kick on the wing area. Moved his VFL club. He's now playing for Frankston in the VFL. And they must have the bye this week as Noah Gown rolls around with a right foot kick. Goes to a true centre-half forward. Jensen Garnham stops and props. Takes a strong mark outside 50. People want to slow it down. They want him to have a shot. He has a thumping kick of the footy as well for a youngster. And the distance will not be a problem at all here. accuracy will be the question.
As I said before, Darryl, long and direct by Leongatha. They've got the advantage of these big forwards that they've got over Wonthaggi.
Let's see what Garnham can do. We'll have to. Man on the mark is right on 50. He'll have to key at 55. Thumped his boot into it. Distance was not a problem. Accuracy slightly off. And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard,
Leongatha lead by 32 points, 9-7-61 to Wonthaggi 4-5-29.
Boxer, the Big Mac in the original size, but now they've got the Mac Junior and the Grand Big Mac as well for a limited time.
Absolutely. That's what we're going to do on the way home. We'll stop at Macca's Beast and we'll get stuck into that.
Not in the Gippsland Isuzu Ute, you won't be.
We'll sit in the tray. Hayes marks for the power. He wants to bring it out, gets on his left. Looking for Chug. He's got a couple to beat, but great body work there by Chug, and he marks on the wing for power. So the work out of their defensive 50 has been a lot better. He chips it sideways. So with the power, brings the ball back inside to O'Connor. He marks. They've just got a bit sideways. They haven't really gained any ground here, power, because Leongatha have really pushed up the numbers, making it half forward, but the kick's better. He weighted up well, and Bates marks half forward. He wanted to give the hands, he didn't. Comes back inboard and finds, and he finds Schultz. Schultz moves the ball quickly, runs around one, drives the ball inside 50. No one there to kick to. Lindsay tried to mark again. Anderson's there for the power. There was an errant tackle there too, and it might have been was it Marisco? It was a Marisco, and he's given away a free kick.
So Little John comes out to the near side. Just got a little piece on that one. It made it really hard there for Mason McGannon. He has to go and try and work hard again. Head over the football was Duve. And we'll have a ball up directly in front of us. 24 minutes have gone. 32 points is the margin. Leongatha lead it, as they have done for all afternoon in round 2 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Big Willis took it out of the ruck. Power one holding the ball. Lindsay's kick, top of the 50 to go. And that's Lindsay from Leongatha who picked that one off. Gave it to Cooper Elgar. The outlet kick. Chug put one hand up. Tried to work hard there was Walker. And the free kick's going to go Walker's way. For Leongatha, he squares it out wide. Cooper Elgar ran on. Takes the uncontested mark. Left foot kicks neat to Argento. Wants to move it quickly. Inside forward 50's poor, and it'll be turned over. And Bray takes the mark and gets told to slow it down.
We've been going 25 minutes here in the third quarter. 22-point lead to the Parrots. The kick wasn't great by Bray. Marked there by Gown. He's been great this afternoon. His opponent too, in Lindsay's, been just as good. But Gown,
of course, best players, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon.
Gown plays on, wheels it around, kicks the ball at the top of the 50, looking for Ganane, and he marks. I think his original target was for Ganane there too, Beast, but the kick found his way there.
Both guys there in good positions, and look, Ganane, he jumped from a little way back too, Ganane. It sort of just fell in his lap a little bit, but he's going back to kick Leongatha's 10th, and it's probably a fair chance for me too. It's right within his range.
Just as the wind dies down a bit too, so it's Ganane. Just taking his time. Just make sure of it as well. You've got to make sure there's opportunities when you get them. So Ganane, 30 metres out, comes in, gets over the ball, and he's pushed it left. He's pushed it left. So another behind there for the Parrots.
Leongatha 9-8-62 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 33 points ahead. Wonthaggi 4-5-29.
Of course, Ganane had our Zambrero goal of the day contender earlier on. We'll wrap all that up after the game. Don't forget a big double header tonight as well. Traralgon and Moe at 6 o'clock as O'Connor's kick out of full back just keeps it in the field of play, and they were happy to see it go over. Was Aidan Lindsay. So boundary throw in about 60 metres out. Of course, that big game this evening. Rob Popplestone, Scotty Berrycreep and Adrian Bergiel. Live from the Terry Hunter Oval. Boundary thrown. Willis slaps it backwards. Vanderplyt tried to run onto it. Head over it was Brill. And we'll have a ball up now, 55 metres out. So just ticking over 27 minutes. Third quarter action for McDonald's on Gippsland Live this afternoon. And again, Willis tries to clear the area. We'll do this one again. Don't forget, Gippsland Live, all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. You get big saving on vacuums and more, plus 10% back in gift cards. You know what a vacuum is, Boxer?
Yeah, I do. I do the vacuuming at home.
Marriott slung down in a tackle from Bates, and they've called a sling tackle on Marriott, even though the kick went out of bounds on the full. So Josh Bates will have the free kick. And that's a couple of sling tackles that Wonthaggi have done now, have resulted in Leongatha players at worse for wear. Of course, Westaway not taking any further part in the game. We hope that he's okay. And now Marriott is a bit sluggish after that one. Although the kick is centimetre perfect. And finds Jay Walker, who either cramped or just twinged a hammy. Right up on the boundary line. If I'm smart, I'm running around the back of this. Walker wants someone to come to him. He's going to have to quickly chip it off inboard, and he's going to come off. I think it's a hammy. Jack Ganane takes the mark.
He's walking off nice to stay shaken. He's not happy, young Walker.
He knows what it is. So meanwhile, Jack Ganane right on the three-quarter time siren. We'll have a shot after the siren. 28 and a half minutes, the quarter's gone. The margin's at 33. I think that might even be a game high, 33 points.
It is.
And just the turn the screws right on the three-quarter time siren. Jack Ganane, it's actually after it. He's got one this afternoon. He has to kick it 45 metres. Inverlock end of the ground. Right foot kick is out to the right. Does not come back. It comes back a little bit for a minor score. So the umpire says that will finish us for three quarters. It will be Leongatha 9-9-63, Wonthaggi a 4-5-29. It's three-quarter time. It was all thanks to McDonald's. We've got one to go in this round two clash of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it is three-quarter time here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve, and it is Leongatha leading by 34 points, 9-9-63 Wonthaggi, 4-5-29. It was 18 points at halftime, out to 34 now, and Jensen Garnerman got a couple as well. Jay Walker got one as well, but late in that quarter, as the siren sounded, Jay Walker looks to have done a hammy and won't take any further part of the game. A little bit of carnage in this game as well. 2 players out for Wonthaggi, 2 players now out for Leongatha as well. But it is the Parrots leading by 34 points. Key stats, here he is, Paul Carter. Thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max. Live your own way. It's available now at Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Leongatha still dominating the inside 50s, 15-6 that quarter. They actually double Wonthaggi for the match, 40-20. Clearances fairly even, 25 to Wonthaggi, 31 to Leongatha. Centre clearances, Leongatha lead at 8-7. Free kicks, 55 in the match so far, 34 to Leongatha, 21 to Wonthaggi. Marks pretty even. Contested marks, 11-4 to Leongatha, and marks inside 50 stand now at 14-1 in favouring Leongatha. Tommy Hooders had 22 hit-outs, 33 to Ben Willis. They're the main ones there. Aidan Lindsay, 21 disposals, 15 to Isaac Chugg, 12 to Jake Vanderplyte, 20 to Tom Marriott, and 10 to Nick Argento.
Daniel Hutchison here this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country. Of course, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. You got some scores for us around the grounds.
I do for Gippsland League. Darryl, we have Sale 76 leading Warrigal 69. Druin 58 defeating Mafra 25, and Banzale 62 to 47 over Maul. A couple of updated ones from around the grounds in mid Gippsland. Thorpedale leading MDU by about 5 points, and Maul East 98-37. So having a good little battle over there at Foster. North Gippsland TTU Woodside. It's Woodside leading that game 69 to 46, and Glengarry are absolutely giving Gormandale a hiding. At the moment.
All right, Boxer. This game's out of reach, do you think?
Probably is, but I think it could be very interesting last quarter to see how Wonthaggi come out. I would have thought they would have isolated McGinns, and they have, down forward, and Hoother as well. They've brought Thomas into the ruck too, so they're just throwing a few magnets around on the board there, Wonthaggi, so maybe we'll see how this pans out.
All right, umpire about to get things underway. Of course, final quarter, all thanks to Harvey Norman Computers. Say hello to your new mobile deal. That is for the Pixel 7a, 8 Pro, Galaxy S9 Ultra, you name it, plus more premium phones, all at Harvey Norman Computers. And the final quarter in South Gippsland is about to get underway. Hoother tapped it down to Bates, lost it immediately. And then Hoother it was, and Willis tackle each other in the middle of the ground. Of course, don't forget the big game coming up, Traralgon taking on Moe under lights. That game kicks off at 6 p.m. Back here, though, Noah Gowan with a little kick off the ground, got it Leongatha's way, but Schultz was there to swoop a handball over the top to Lindsay. He's been very good all afternoon, the veteran, and Lindsay grabs it. Elga closes quickly, and Lindsay runs out of real estate. Although they didn't call it, it was out of bound by about 5 metres. Tiziani now will put it inside forward 50, straight up and down, has to sit under this one, does Duve. Drops the mark, handballs forward. Little tap there by Hoother to Anderson was good. Kick around the body, coming back, no, not enough. A Zambrero goal at a contender if it had have gone through.
Wonthaggi 4-6-30, trailing Leongatha 9-9-63, Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
So Forrester, deep in his defensive 50, will kick it out of full back. Here's Nick Lucchino on Gippsland Live.
Forrester with that beautiful left foot, and again finds a target. He finds Alga just on the top of the arc. He moves around on his left foot as well, looking for Ganane, picked off there by Turton. Turton goes into the inboard, looking for Van Plight, couldn't find him. Lindsay's there again. Gets the quick handball out to Schultz. He looks inboard. He's got a player on his own here too. He's just got to make sure he picks it up, Hayes. He can't. He can now. Tiziani's there to support him. Wheels around on his left foot, looking for McGinns, who leads into the pocket. Ball hits him straight on the noggin. Can't mark. The ball in dispute there too. And the umpire's going to come in and continue his contribution to RSI of the wrist, because he's going to ball it up. And he's balled it up that many times today. He's definitely going to have it. Hoother gets the ball down. Hayes is there again. This time he was picked off there by Forrester. His little banana kick inside. Couldn't find for anyone. Little John was there. Gets the handball out to Lindsay. This is of Leongatha. They're using the ball around
Good
now too. They're
hand.
flicking it around. The little chip kick there by Gowan really didn't do the mark and did nothing but put his players under pressure. And it was picked off there by Jackson Williams of the Power. And we're going to have another ball up here. True wing, commentary side of the oval.
Ruckman will go at it again. Willis with the tap down, but straight to Huther, who waited. He somehow shuffled it out. Little handball out by Vanderpleit was nice to Tallenbrill. He's able to get around a tackler and then have a bounce and kick it inside 50, but well read by Bray. He drops the mark he should have taken. Argento squeezes the handball out to Ganane, and Ganane tries the banana and misses everything, but there's a free kick in the back. Did you see it?
I didn't, but I'm sure the umpire had to find something there. There was too much free play then for the umpire not to be involved. But you could just see, like, both sides just clearly haven't worked out. This short chip kick is just not working today for either side, but both are continuing to do it all day.
So Jack Ganane, after having the banana miss everything, now gets another shot on goal. 3 minutes into the final quarter, into the breeze, which is nothing major at this stage, considering what you can get down here in South Gippsland. So Jack Ganane has one. Had a kick after the siren at three-quarter time. This one starts at right, stays right. Minor score on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard says
9-10-64 Leongatha, Wonthaggi 4-6-30.
So Schultz of the Power, he comes on, he plays on, kicks the ball directly down the middle of the ground. His kick was good. It was really good. Tiziani plays on immediately. He's going to get Leongatha on the back foot, looking for Huther. He didn't have a lot of support out there too, so he tried to punch it on. Didn't gain a lot of yardage, but he had a good support there too. But
Nash.
How good is this Leongatha back line? He comes out wide, finds Little John. Little John goes a little chip kick inside to Hume. That one worked. Right in front of the scoreboard here in Wonthaggi Reserve. His little chip kick again didn't work. So the ball's won there by the Power. And Duve walks around one. His short little kick again doesn't find a target. I think Base is going to kill somebody in a minute. The ball, the chip out wide by Leongatha. Their kick wasn't great. He was looking for Brill. McGinnis cuts it off there by.
Good goal.
Picks it off, and his little banana kick finds it true. And a great goal there by the Power. A lot of errors by both sides. Beast.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing another turnover from absolutely poor execution by foot. It happened a lot during the first quarter across that half back when Wonthaggi tried to come out of their back half. And then you go again, Leongatha. Mind you, the pressure is on from Wonthaggi too, so probably potentially forcing a lot of turnover there.
And that's brought the margin back to 28 points on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. And that margin in favour of Leongatha, whose score stands at 9-10-64, leading Wonthaggi, who are now 5-6-36.
Well, have they got a fight left in them? 28 points, is it a bridge too far? Anyone give them a chance? A sniff? Is there a hope?
Oh, they've got a sniff.
Okay, back to the middle. Can they get something going here? Bates will be the first one. Free kick, Wonthaggi. Bates will quickly play on. No, the free kick's going in the way of Duve. Straight down the middle of the ground he needs to go. He goes short. Oh, it finds a target in Thomas. Thomas, there's 50.
Here we go.
Have they got the spark that they need, the Power? As Thomas, the backman, will have a shot directly in front from 20 metres out.
That's a good 50 metres, isn't it?
It is.
That's their first back-to-back chance today, isn't it?
Yes, no, they did kick 2 goals in the second quarter.
Okay.
But it's been a long time between drinks. The backman directly in front. You'll know if this goes through because the crowd will be up and about. There it is. The Power's got another one. And the defender gets one. It's back to a manageable 22 points.
And yeah, that was that stand rule, I reckon, Darryl. The umpire called stand, and the young fella on the mark there, I'm not sure who it actually was from Leongatha there, but
High Hall straight to the bench after that too. He was.
He just didn't want to plant his feet. He kept shuffling his feet. The umpire plain as day, right in front of him.
And it's a 22-point margin. 6 minutes into the final quarter. The Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, Wonthaggi 6-6-42, trailing Leongatha, who are 9-10-64.
Interesting times, big moments right now thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. Limited time, the 6th tap, it's better beer.
Another free kick. It's another free kick to the Power. It's Duve again.
Straight down the
So
middle.
the Power, they're going for their third on end if they can in this last quarter. It's a high long kick. Looking for Huther, and he's marked in front.
Wow.
So we have a game on here. And this is where Huther.
No.
Now, this is where Hoover needs to take advantage of that stand rule. Okay, so first of all, he was a bit probably nervous about the distance he had in that second quarter. So another chance, but this time it's directly in front.
He's just got to have a shot. That's the thing.
Simple as that. It's the game's on hand here to bring it back to a 16-point game. Hoover comes in, has a kick. It's a bit of an under and over. It's not going to make the distance at all.
Oh, McGuinness.
The pack fly. No one's taken the mark. The umpire's paid a free kick. But it's the Leongatha.
Cooper McGuinness shoved his opponent in the back, trying to take mark of the century.
So it's going to be Alga. Alga's got the free kick. Deep on his defensive line, though. So right where Wonthaggi want it. Got to put the pressure on the kicker here. And they are. Gets a few yards on it to Alga. Kicks long. Gets it just outside 50, looking for Willis. He couldn't mark. Lindsay marks it. McGuinness is on his own. That's where he was his original target was. He couldn't mark. Hayes is there front and centre. Great tackle, though.
What a
great tackle.
Could have been holding the
Mitchell Ben Valson who put the tackle on there.
Well done.
Well done, Boxer. Very well done. Improvement. That's the key. Boundary throw in. 8 minutes into the final quarter for Harvey Norman. The Power have got 2 goals in a row and they're inside 50 again. Huther somehow shuffled it out towards Duve's direction. Took on the tackler. Handled inboard. Forrester was there. Little kick around his body. Goes high in that direction. Thomas has to become the spoiler. Chug at ground level. Hayes is there as well. You just sense now, Wonthaggi, you've got a little bit of extra effort and more numbers around the contest.
I'd be curious to know what Bleary said to him at three-quarter time, because the intensity around the footy's really picked up from the Power.
Yep, it's been lacking for 3, and now all of a sudden they're in the game. Thomas does the ruck duties. Ground level kick was smothered. Good work by Lindsay again from the Power. Hard at it. Schultz got one high. Free kick, surely. Yep. And Schultz will have it 60 metres out. Open forward line if he moves it quickly now. And he does just that. Umpire has to get out the way to the fat side kick. Can Power take a mark? Couldn't quite through Huther. Handball comes in his direction. Well done there by Nash. Got it going, although it's picked off. Huther gave it a quick one to Maresco. Shot on goal, top of the square. No one can mark. It's forced through for a minor score. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard says
it's 9-10-64 Leongatha, 21-point lead over Wonthaggi, who are 6-7-43.
So Elga to bring it back into the field of play again. Goes to the far side of the ground. Left foot kick out wide. Williams the target. Sorry, Williams was trying to pick it off there from Elga. Numbers favour Wonthaggi, attacking that hard on the outer side of the ground.
It's free kick again, Scud.
Well, that's what you do. You attacked it hard. I think out wide it's Ethan Dixon. And he's going to put Wonthaggi in front. No, and back in the forward 50, but he didn't because the kick was smothered. And now Hilberg gets on the end of it. Now Hilberg's kick has come off the outside of his boot, goes out of bounds on the full. And Fergus O'Connor has a free kick for the Power in front of the scoreboard.
He comes inboard looking for and finding Gilmore. It's 5 Wonthaggi players pushed back then too. That really forced the error for the Parrots. Schultz marks inside the centre square still. Plays on. Chip kick was good. This time it was real good. And marked there by Williams. So Williams of the Power goes down the line. Looking for Lindsay and Alga. Willis is there to support. Picks up. Handball's just. Forrester, Lindsay. It's really tight and hard now. McNeil's there for the Power. The ball goes out of bounds.
It just wasn't an umpire in a position there to get that, but he dropped that pretty clearly.
But we've seen umpires call it to 50 metres away off the ball.
I like it though. You don't guess.
No.
Yeah, you can't see. You don't guess.
You don't. So you've got Thomas. It's been a great little move here with Thomas into the ruck against Willis. Willis tapped down. Bates there for the Power, who's been great all afternoon.
He has been very good for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
And he's wearing the 0 for Mental Health Week all round in the Gippsland League. Ball comes in dispute. Brill's there. Might have been taken high. The umpire didn't see that one either. We saw it clear as day from up here. But we're not umpiring, are we?
No, stick
Not
to calling.
officially.
Ground level there. Lindsay works hard. Brill is in his back pocket. Somehow gets the ball out. Bates has been good. Handball missed the target though. Coming the other direction was Jack Hume. Has a bounce at half back. Runs in the middle of the ground. Gives it to Turton. Forward handball was a ripper to Hilberg to Hall. He can chip it over the top. Great
well
smother by Bray. Now he's in trouble though. High. Bit of vocal support from the power as well. Shannon Bray, take your hat off. Quickly plays on, gets it to the wing. Thomas is the target, can take the mark. Wants to wheel and go. Steps around Ganane. Sold some candy. Into the pocket it goes. In towards McGuinness. Can't complete it. Nash was back there for the Parrots. Under pressure. Can he find a target? Yes, he does. And he finds Vanderplyte.
Yeah, great kick inside to Vanderplyte. He chips it through to Hume. Marks it inside his defensive 50. Just holds it up a little bit. Hasn't got a lot to go to upfield. Pushes it out wide. And he finds Little John.
Ty Hall.
Ty Hall, same thing. Forrester. No, sorry, they're Ty.
Dan.
No, sorry, they're Mr. and Mrs. Hall. Forrester kicks down the line. Beautiful left foot. Penetrating left foot too. It was a great mark. That could be 50 as well. No. It was very, very close. Jensen Garnham. Very high up. And this is what Wonthaggi's done. He's forced them high. Long kick inside by Garnham, looking for Hilberg. Ganane at the back of the pack, couldn't mark. Ball comes to ground, Hilberg wins it. Handball there to Marriott. And Marriott was happy to carry it over the line.
I can see a couple of experienced players for Leongatha, part of that bit of play there. Just holding the ball up, taking the sting out of it a little bit, because Wonthaggi have been defensively really going hard at him in the last couple of minutes.
First time we heard Marriott's name, I had to look across Paul's shoulder for the last quarter.
No touch. Well, that wasn't a handball, was it?
No.
No.
So may have been spending a little bit of time forward perhaps.
After that crunch.
Yeah, absolutely. So out of the stoppage there. No one could really get a clean one away. Turton somehow shuffles it out, but picked up by Chug, kicks around his body. We've travelled 13 and a half minutes of the final quarter. The margin's still at 21 points. It was 34 at three-quarter time. And the Power have kicked 2 goals. They need another one now, though, you'd suspect. If they are a chance to close and put real pressure on the Parrots. Free kick, though, goes Leongatha's way from this stoppage on the wing. Big Ben Willis will take his time and look up. Doesn't know which way to go. It will be a long kick down the line, you'd suspect, and it is just that. And working in the front spot was Fixter. Takes the mark in front of Gilmore. Too far out to score. Has a bit of a look. Waiting for an option to present. No one really does go. Kick to the top of the square it goes. Garnham's in a good spot. Marks. This could be the killer directly in front. Just read that nicely on that occasion, Beast.
Yeah, as I said before, they're just taking the sting out of it a little bit. A lot of experience getting involved in the game now. I mean, he just outbodied him. He just positioned himself well with the Garnham and just got himself right into the good position there where the fall of the ball was going.
So Jensen Garnham directly in front. The steadier as they need one at 21 points in front. Into the breeze and puts it through the middle. Yes, he does. Not much of a celebration, but Jensen Garnham now all of a sudden has 4 goals for the afternoon and clearly has been the best forward all day.
10-10-70 Leongatha now on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. We've played 15 minutes into the final quarter. They lead by 27 points over Wonthaggi, who are 6-7-43.
It's probably safe to say now too then, Beast, in the AFL, is it all over there now?
1 point, GWS.
Oh, what do you mean all over, Boxer?
She's all over. She's done. Isn't it?
It's
The game over. The game is done. 6-goal last quarter by the Saints.
Wow.
So we've got a ball up here in the middle of the ground. It's Huther and Willis. Huther gets the tap down to Gown. Gown's kick out wide. It's Brill's there for the Parrots and takes a great mark on his chest running away from the ball. So Brill, he's been serviceable this afternoon. Started the game very well. Gets a little kick inside. Oh, the mark wasn't taken there by Vanderplyte. And he's a bit dirty on himself too for not marking that.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure it's chest mark weather today.
Yeah, I think if he had the decision over again, I'm pretty sure the arms would have come out. So we've got a boundaries throwing directly in front of the commentary box here at Wonthaggi Reserve. And the young girls have done a great job on the boundary as well too. So it's Huther, brings the ball down. One there by Turton. His kick really to nobody. There's two on one. Picked up there by Gilmore. Well, off to Bray, to Schultz. Schultz gets a kick. Really kicked it to nobody, but made his players run onto it. Lindsay again down forward. Geez, he goes well. Picked off there to Hayes. Hayes' right foot. and he's looking for Thomas. Thomas is resting down forward. Taps it to himself.
well done.
This could be the goal of the afternoon because Thomas goes around one, goes around two, and there it is. There's your Sambrero goal of the day, and it comes up from Thomas of the Power.
And once again, you see Aidan Lindsay involved again. I'm not sure why he's resting forward. He might just be having a bit of a breather, but geez, the game's really still stored in the balance a little bit. They haven't really kicked away Leongatha. I'd be getting Aidan Lindsay back up on the ball and getting a bit of grunt around the ball.
It's a 21-point lead to Leongatha, 17 minutes into the final quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, Leongatha 10-10-70, Wonthaggi now 7-7-49.
Of course, Sambrero goal of the day, entering their grilled chicken era. We've got a couple of great ones this afternoon. We'll work out who is going to take home the burrito. A dinner for two, it is a boxer. Ooh. Of course, at Terrelgan and Warrigal, their stores. Both these teams will travel through that area. Back to the middle they go. Hayes wins the clearance, out to Chug on the wing. Marked it and then played on quickly. Does well. Inside forward 50 again. Out the back it goes. Here's another chance. They're going to shuffle the handball out. Lindsay couldn't quite get a clean handball away. Now he was trying to keep it in. They try and get it out through Elga, who's under pressure. Big tackle on Marriott, and they've caught it holding the man. And you can tell by the Wonthaggi support that a very, very close 18-minute mark. They disagreed with that one. As Marriott's kick finds Cooper Elga, who just slows things up a little bit. Into the last quarter for Harvey Norman. 21 points as a margin. That would have been very interesting. Elga's high kick. Point of half back, and a free kick will go to Noah Gown. Work to the front spot. Schultz had no other option but to grab him. Gown comes towards Hilberg, who's got a bit of space. Marks. On the wing. A little bit backwards of centre for Leongatha. Want to keep it towards the boundary, you'd think, although he rolls around on the left foot and it comes off the outside of the boot. It's 2-on-1 and he's shepherding out of it as the free kick will go in the way of Duve, who looks up. He's got to come to this near side, comes back this direction. That's exactly where he had to go. The fly at the back. Maresco's got one on. McGuinness chips it over the top and he'll just sit for him. If it bounces, it's at his toes. He can't pick it up. He's going to soccer off the ground and eventually goes through for a goal. He didn't know what to do.
Geez, I was never that good below my knees, Darryl, but he made hard work of that.
McGuinness has got three for the afternoon and the margin's back to within 15.
And on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, that 15-point margin in favour of Leongatha. We're at the 19.5-minute mark of the last quarter. The Gatha are 10-10-70. Wonthaggi now 8-7-55.
It was an exit kick from Schultz. It was an absolute pearler. He knew exactly where he wanted to go, and the mark was even as good. But the awareness for them.
Maresco too. The first game was sensational.
Perfect.
Game on, Boxer. Here it is.
Here we go. And it's our two main men in the middle of the ground, Hoother and Willis. Hoother again wins the tap, wins his own tap, gets the handball out, looking for and finding Bates again, who's had plenty of it this afternoon. He's going to get run down, and he does.
On the ball, great tackle.
Vanderpleit, he hovered around him. He knew he was running his way, and it was great awareness then by Vanderpleit. His kick out wide wasn't great, but it's been marked. The chip comes out wide, and it goes through to. And it might be, I can't really make out who that is that far away.
Little John,
his little kick from Little John.
Argento.
Finds Nick Argento. So they've only gained about 20 metres here, Leongatha, but they're happy to hold the ball up. Kick down the line, looking for Ganane. Over the top there was Hilberg. He couldn't mark. The umpire's found not a free kick. He said, I'll ball it up again. But Hilberg again got up high at the back of the pack. He was 4 deep. Hoother. Willis wins the tap this time. Hoother is down the bottom of the pack as well. The umpire's going to come back in and do it all again. This game's very tight. We've been playing nearly 21 minutes. And it's a 15-point ball game.
Marriott squeezed a handball out to the runner Turton. He's got another one out the back in Elga. Left foot chip kick, nicely done. Argento can mark. Gets called to play on quickly. Gilmore closes. Argento steps him. Right foot kick. Top of the square it goes. Bray back with courage. Can't complete the mark. Ganane's there. Swoops on it. Kicks around the body. Misses everything. And will go out of bounds on the full. And the free kick's going to go in the way of O'Connor. Can they launch from the back pocket?
They have no option here, Darryl. I think they've just got to really continue to take the game on, Wonthaggi.
15 points down. They've got Gilmore inboard. That's exactly what they do. Go straight down the middle of the near side. They come to the near side. Bray can take the mark. He's got one on. Dickinson's there for him. Finds him. Over the top they go. He takes on. He does get it out the back. And it lands in the hands of Thomas. Chugs there. Goes back inboard and kicks it to McGuinness. Can't mark. Got held. Play on to the umpire. Forrester bust his way through. Umpire said no prior opportunity, will ball it up. 22 minutes gone, final quarter. Inside forward 50 for the Power. Tap over the there was from Thomas. Elgar fights hard for the Parrots. So does Forrester. And we have another ball up.
You can see the Wonthaggi Power just lining up their defence across their centre wing here.
From here, the stoppage again. Thomas slaps it forward. Free kick's going to go Leongatha's way, though, out of that ruck contest. And big Benny Willis will have the free kick. He's going to square it out wide to Little John and find him box.
Yeah, they want to be very careful with the way they exit now to the Parrots. The Power really putting the pressure on. The short kick into Brill was good. And just then, by Anderson, just about nailed him then from the Power. So they've really upped the tempo here.
We've got a man up. Force the long kick down the line.
Brill's got not much to go to. His short little kick could have been a little picked off then, but Forrester was there. He goes sideways then across. So picked off there and then marked here by Cooper Agler. Goes inboard to Brill. Geez, he's worked hard. Agler. Safe. And he's marked and his little short kick inside to McGannon. McGannon pushes the ball out wide to Turton.
It is the same if you change a couple of letters.
Yeah, well, it's still the same words. The letters are still there. Turton doesn't know where to go. We've got to get back to the game here. Kick down the line looking for Hilberg. He couldn't pick off. Great little pick up there by Marriott. There's a short little kick inside looking for...
well done.
It was a great kick, and Hume.
Argento's kick inside 50 was a ripper.
Geez, Argento's assists today have been fantastic. What do you think I was going to say?
I don't know.
You're getting a bit nervous.
I don't know what you said.
The assist. Okay, so he's a couple of handballs. That kick inside now. It's going to allow Hume to possibly put this one away. We've been playing 24 minutes now. The Power have thrown everything into this game in the last quarter.
This will seal it.
And Hume, we know, is a beautiful kick.
Calling it.
Calling it?
Yep.
Commentator's curse, good hit here, Beast. So here he goes, Hume. Runs around slightly for a bit more distance, and there you go. Just doesn't make the distance.
Hoother.
Tied legs are setting in. Hoother.
Going to turn it over. Williams was no, free kick will go to Dixon. And Dixon takes it, will play on quickly, gives a handle to O'Connor. Exiting kick outside 50, has to be perfect, not quite there. Forrester was in the front spot, couldn't complete the mark. A ball up, 24 and 3/4 minutes gone, final quarter, 15 points margin.
I need to apologise to a few parents later on after the game.
Yeah.
Pronunciation.
Yes, as again, Bates tapped it forward for the Power. Tried to run on that one was Brill, shrugged the shoulder, but got the high one. Inboard kick to Marriott, point of the square, gets called to play on, handballs inboard. Here's Lindsay for Leongatha, and Lindsay's delivery kick to some open space. Power's got some numbers. Bray left it behind though. Garnham will sit on him, and the umpire will ball it up. Might be a little bit too far now. 15 points is the margin. Time running out for the Power. Leongatha got it out to a game high 34 points. Haven't been able to only kick the one goal. They've got some runs still, the Power. O'Connor's one of those. His kick again on the head of Tiziani. Brill will come in. Slide down. Try to pick it up. Falls to ground now. Bates grabs him. Umpire crosses the arms and will ball it up.
Power are trying really hard to get their fast run going out of the back line, but that's twice now they've tried to do that and come straight into a wall. Leongatha.
Ruckman through. Hoother, we'll give that one to Hoother. Bates, a little kick out, was a good one. Finds Hayes inside the middle of the ground. His big long left foot looking for McGuinness. The great ball there too. McGuinness is good enough to mop up after it as well though. Great tackle. Great tackle. That was a winning tackle too by Bent Velson.
Well done. Boxer.
Bent Velson puts on one of the best tackles of the afternoon right when the Parrots needed it as well, because McGuinness was right away with it too. Kicked strong down the line. Defensively at the back of the pack there was Hume. He couldn't mark, and the ball goes out of bounds. Scoreboard side of the Wonthaggi Reserve. We've been playing 26 and a half minutes, and it's still a 15-point game to the Parrots. The boundary throw in. It's Fixter and Hume. Huther gets the tap out. Ball won there by Vanderplate. His handball didn't go far enough, I believe. The ball is getting chugged away there. And we've got another ball up. So last chance for the Power. I think it might have slipped away from him. We've been playing 27 minutes in this last quarter, Scud.
So far side of the ground, Huther taps it forward. Argento's been busy over the shoulder. Umpire said no, play on. And now goes to ground, ball it up. He's been busy this afternoon.
Did anyone pick a 15-point margin today?
Yes, thank you very much, Paul Carter. Currently sits at 15. Huther tapped it down again. Tried to socket it off the ground. Nearly socketed it into Doob's head. But the free kick's been picked across by Noah Gown. So 27 and a half minutes gone. It's been a gallant little fight back. They've kicked 4 goals to 1 in the last quarter of the Power. But it's all going to run out of time. Elgar squares it out wide to Littlejohn. Far side of the ground, right foot raking kick to half forward. Big fly from Jensen Garnham out the back. Couldn't complete it. Had a good piece of it though. Socket off the ground by Marriott. Lands in the hands of Jensen Garnham, who worked well from that contest. And now at the top of the 50. Rolls around with the right foot into the open goal square. Take a pick. Raffle, it's going to be the Turtle. And Aaron Turton puts it through.
Messed my margin up.
He did. Because it now becomes 21 and Aaron Turton gets the easiest of goals.
And that takes Leongatha to 11-10-76 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. They have now got that 21-point margin over Wonthaggi, who have kicked 8-7-55.
Garner was lightning-like then. He contested in a mark, and then all of a sudden he marked it outside of 50 and bang.
Special player.
I mean, Jack Hume, was it?
It was Hume. It was Hume.
That goal probably just takes the sting out a little bit for Wonthaggi.
Huther wins the ball down, picked off there by Marriott. He just chops it onto the boot, wins the ball forward. Turton, he's there again, our last goal kicker. He's got plenty of players to pick from. Why not go to Gown? He's been fantastic all afternoon. He's kick inside and Fixter. There's a well-weighted kick then by Gown. Just enough to get over Bray's head, and Fixter was in the perfect position to mark. So Paul Carter's margin's gone. My margin's getting closer.
I'm 40 points on way out.
Fixter. To put it away, we've been playing 29 and a half minutes here. The game's just about done, but it'll be a good little finish here for Fixter, who's been very good all afternoon. And right on the siren, Fixter comes in, and he kicks another one for the Parrots if he doesn't. Sport the party.
A minor score, and they are going to count that score. Yes, it is. So final score, Paul Carter will sit at
11-11-77 Leongatha, 8-7-55 Wonthaggi.
22-point margin in the end, and it was Leongatha. Well, they jumped him in the first quarter, got out to 31 points, held strong. Wonthaggi fought back after that, of course, in the final quarter, but it wasn't enough in the end. Leongatha held strong. Of course, we're going to wrap things up here from Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. We're going to talk to our player of the day, discuss our Zambrero goal of the day, of course, all the key stats, and a big win for Leongatha. They get 2 in a row, and Wonthaggi have yet to open up their account for season 2024, and both sides have a couple of injury concerns as well. Quick wrap up after the break. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.